Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SpawnCast episode
114.
I was gonna take a guess. 114. Nah. All right. 114. This is our pre-E3, big pre-E3 2019 SpawnCast. This is the last one before E3. I don't even feel like E3 started yet because I mean it was EA, so who really cares? But they did at least do Star Wars. Anyway, let me go around here because we have a couple people joining us. Our guest tonight is Scott the Waz. Scott, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, no problem. It's an honor to finally be using Google Hangouts for the first time.
It looks very 2008-ish. So
yeah, the pleasure is all mine. I'm so excited to be using it.
Yes. Then we have Sean RGT.
Yo, what's up?
How's Ricky doing?
Ricky's good, man. He's been eating Triscuits lately. He seems to like the fire cracked tomato and basil Triscuits.
Oh, okay. Then we got OJ. What's going on?
Why do you have the SpawnCast on in the back?
We were talking about this beforehand, and he is like, I'll put it on the TV because we got our big heads on the TV then. So
all right, that's cool, Sean. It's all good. I love Sean's style. It's amazing. Yo, I'm doing good, man. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on once again. I'm really excited to talk about E3 and all that stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
Jordan's here. What's going on, Jordan?
What's going on? Glad to be here.
Yes. Then we got Evan, of course. Evan, how's it going?
That's going all right.
And then we got Max. Max, what's up?
Very bored by EA, but happy to be here.
Yes. So do we want to, I guess we can start with what we've been playing and then we can go into E3 because they're like the list that I have for like Twitch's schedule and everything is pretty serious. So it might take most of the show just to get through it between like random super chats and stuff that come through. And then Evan, you have some Discord questions that we can answer as well.
Yep, just a couple.
Cool. Okay, very, very good. So let's start. What's everyone playing? You can go through anything come to mind.
Judgment. I finally got my review code for Judgment. It is a Yakuza spinoff, so it looks and plays kind of like Yakuza. The biggest crazy difference to me is this is the first game they've done in English fully in like I think 10 years, 15 years or something. So I'm playing through it in English actually instead of just English subtitles.
I was going to say that's English voiceover, right?
Yeah, and it's a little weird. So the localization team made it a point. They said, we're going to translate it. We're not going to change it. So sometimes localization teams will switch jokes around. So it is very Japanese. Like people randomly just being like, cigarette power, yes, and stuff like that. They did a direct translation, and I think it was a good choice. But I dig it.
What they do with the guy who had to be taken out because of the drug stuff?
Yeah, they replaced him. Yeah,
oh, and wow.
You can tell that they had to redo that character model because he does look a little bit like someone's wearing skin over his skin and then put clothes on over that. It's not super noticeable because he's like your boss in the game and he just sits in the office. But whenever you like go to headquarters to ask for like another clue of the detective stuff you're doing, it does kind of look like an alien. But I'll deal with it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one up because Yakuza series has been touch and go with that. I don't know where to start, but Judgment's like a fresh start, right? So I can just jump in. Okay, cool. That's out I think on the
28th, and I think I can put my review up on the 20th.
Oh, cool. Wow, they got that out early too then. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice. Very good. And then what about actually let's see what's Scott. What have you been playing this week, Scott?
Well, I don't know if anybody else gets like this, but I usually get into these little like fits of like weird like gaming trends where like I'll play a bunch of games for like a week and then I won't for like 2 weeks. So I was kind of in that phase for a little bit, but yesterday I actually started Wolfenstein: The New Order out of nowhere.
The first one?
Yeah, the first Bethesda one. Yeah, and it's pretty good so far. I've been having a good time with it.
You haven't played the second one yet?
No, I haven't. I don't actually. Do I have that? No, I don't think I do. I think I bought Doom on Switch. That's what I got. But yeah, I've been playing that a little bit. It's it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better Wolfenstein games in the past 20 years. I'll give it that.
I remember playing the one on the PS3. I remember playing was pretty bad.
It was garbage. Was it just called Wolfenstein? Because I recently tried that out a little bit, and that was about as generic of a Nazi shooting game as you could get.
Yes.
And then the New Order is actually like it has a lot more character to it, and it actually like it does like a lot of interesting things. I'm only like a couple hours in, but that's pretty cool so far. So I've been enjoying that.
Okay. I've been playing a game, and Scott, I needed to ask you about this because I think I saw you comment on it maybe once. I'm almost done Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh
Okay.
wow, my favorite type of game. Yeah,
I'm almost done because Wood has an interesting opinion on it as well. Okay, and so I'm almost. OJ, I saved that. I recovered that save file off that broken Switch.
I saw your video.
Yeah, so I recovered that and I got it back, and I'm almost at 150 hours in it, but I'm right at the end. So I'm about to start. I'm like right in the chapter 9, I think now.
Okay.
So I'm right there. I'm getting there.
It's getting good.
Yeah, it's getting good. But I know Wood didn't like the game, and I don't think Scott likes it either.
man. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything because I haven't even played it because I know I'm not gonna like it.
Okay.
Because it's not my kind of game, and I can't say anything negative about it because Xenoblade fans will literally tear me to shreds.
Oh,
because
you're
they hate when people make fun of Xenoblade, and I never make fun of Xenoblade openly. I just make fun of the fact that it's not my thing.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah,
I didn't know if you had played it. That's why I was curious.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, like, I might try it out. I might try out like Torna or something because Torna I heard is like a little bit better. The gameplay is the battle system's a little more refined.
If you're gonna play Torna, if you're gonna try to get into it, play Torna. It's so streamlined.
Yeah, and it's also shorter and it's cheaper. And I'm just like, all right. If I would try Xenoblade 2, I'm going to try Torna, but it's not on the top of my priorities.
It takes a lot of time. Like I looked at it and I was like, that is a lot of time that game took up.
Yeah, it's
Torna can be beaten like 20 out in about 20 hours. I mean, you might get your ass kicked a couple times, but like it can be.
Well, you know, with my RPG skills, it'll take me 50 hours. So that sounds like a plan.
What about Sean? What have you been up to, Sean?
Man, I've been playing Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, trying to beat.
Oh, is that on that arcade cabinet?
Yes, and
do I need to get one of these, Sean?
Man, I really enjoy. You would have fun with it because if you ETA Prime shows you how to put like Raspberry Pis in it and shit. You can do all sorts of wild stuff. But I mean, I just like to keep mine stock just because like I could, buy a Pandora 6 or whatever the hell they're called and just do whatever. But I don't know, like it's super fun, but like Shao Kahn is such a piece of shit. And like he's just so cheap. Like Montaro is fine. I could beat him first try. And then you get to Shao Kahn and he just spams his shit over and over again. And like there are cheap ways to beat him, but I try not to be cheap. And even when I try the cheap ways, it still messes up. So it really pisses me off.
He's designed to take your quarters though, right?
Yeah, but I mean like Shang Tsung isn't that bad in Mortal Kombat 1. Like once you figure out, duck the fireballs and then, the little jump in punch that even if he blocks it, it takes, almost half or a quarter of his health away. But yeah, man, Shao Kahn is just absolutely insane. And like I literally played it for like 40 minutes the other night just on Shao Kahn and couldn't beat him. Like I would take a round at best. And it just drove me insane. But other than that, I really haven't played all that much this week just because like it's been a very busy week as far as like videos.
It's weird. It's like we're going up to E3, but a lot of stuff's already happened.
Yeah, it was just like, we had the Genesis Mini stuff, and then I got that Evercade drop, and then that was shit that I had like planned, and then of course all the other stuff happened. It's just like, good lord. So
THQ Nordic happened, man.
Yeah, SpongeBob. Everyone seems excited for that.
Yeah.
See, I never played.
Well, you're gonna enjoy it.
You know what? Let me ask Jordan this while we're here because I'm curious about this. Okay, before we move over to OJ for games played this week, I realized something. The nostalgia factor has creeped into the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox section. Is that right, Jordan?
It is correct.
Okay,
so Jordan, after now,
how old are you now, Jordan?
I'm 24.
Okay, so that would actually make sense because like nostalgia for you would be that PS2, Xbox, GameCube, right?
I would say, I mean, for a good part of it, yeah, I still have a lot of N64 and like late 90s stuff, but definitely a lot of the early 2000s stuff for me still. Shut up, Sean.
No, I'm running at what Aiden said.
Oh, okay. They're laughing at me again because I'm a young boy. But SpongeBob is like huge, and a lot of my friends, especially like Alex CND, he's a huge that's his favorite game of like all time. Basically, is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. And once he found out the news, like he called me instantly. He's super excited. There's a whole generation that loved playing this game. There's a whole generation before that's never experienced this game, and it's going to be really interesting to see what they do to it when it comes out, because they're adding in stuff that was cut from the game, like boss fights. They're adding in a new multiplayer horde mode. Like THQ Nordic is not just like doing an up-res. They remade the full game, which I think is incredible. This is something that I've wanted for a long time. It's one of those games you would never think would get a remaster or remake or anything.
Multiplayer too, right?
Online multiplayer. Horde mode though. Not like, I wish you could play the game in a way with someone else. It'd be hard to do that, but multiplayer horde mode is going to be cool.
So I'm looking through. I'm trying to think. I think you and Scott are similar age. Is that the same for you, Scott? Are you thinking of the PS2 GameCube the same kind of way? Is it nostalgia?
Well, like I'm like 12 or something, so my nostalgic area is like the Switch. But I grew up with that game too. That game was like my favorite game as a kid. So I was pretty happy to see it. But like for people who haven't played it, I think if you play it when the remake comes out, I'm pretty sure you'll see like it's a good game, but you're probably not going to be mind blown by it. It's just going to be like, all right, this is a pretty good collectathon 3D platformer, but I don't understand why everybody's going crazy for it.
If you grew up with it, you're like, oh my god, this game's great. But if you've never played it, you'll have a good game. It'll be a good game.
It's very respectful to the source material, and like I grew up in the era where like people were just like they were just going crazy for SpongeBob, so it was just kind of like, you know, everything kind of fell in line where it's a good quality 3D platformer and it's respectful of the source material. So if you grew up in that era, it's really awesome. And like now you'll still have a good game, but you know, it's nothing that crazy. You know, I feel like people might be disappointed.
See, like
expecting something huge.
Like I was doing drugs when SpongeBob was popular. Like I was in high school and shit, and like people were talking about SpongeBob. I'm like, SpongeBob, you know, I'm gonna pop some pills or some shit. I never got down with it.
Sean, that would have made the show better, bro. Like,
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
I mean, like destroy all humans. That is gonna be cool. That's like a full like remake apparently too. So I think that one will go over really well.
I think it's really cool that we're... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask if you were upset that Time Splitters wasn't announced.
Why they got to do that to me?
Because they announced damn SpongeBob Battle for Bottom.
I wonder if they have... I don't know. I wonder if that's all their announcements before E3.
Didn't they say they had the 3 things that were before E3, but there's still more?
Is there something else?
There might be. And I think it's really cool now because we heard a long time ago that they acquired all these IPs and we're finally starting to see them all, you know, turn into something, which has me really excited that they're putting time into it.
Hey, man, go put Time Splitters in that Nintendo Direct, man.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, whoa.
Darksiders Genesis looks so good. So I don't care if we don't see Time Splitters for another year, as long as I have that Darksiders Genesis.
Darksiders Genesis looks like it's be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. What about OJ? What have you been playing this week, man?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Super Smash Brothers. Surprise, right? Like,
are you ready for that? Ready for that new character then?
Yeah, I'm ready for that new character reveal. I've been playing a little bit more in like my locals. I actually went 2 weeks in a row, so that was fun. I got freaking 7th though. I went backwards.
So they figured you out. It's excellent.
Yeah, well, I didn't go. I went Wolf most. I didn't go Joker just because I wanted to work on my Wolf to see if I can get. But anyway, I've been playing a lot of Smash Brothers. Looking at maybe going to Evo. Maybe thinking.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, looking about maybe going and playing. So yeah, I've been practicing for tournaments and maybe potentially going to Evo. Just depends on different things. But yeah, playing a lot of Smash. I've been playing my friend Pedro, but we can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, we just got
played a little bit of it.
We just got that. Yeah, we all just got that today, and we can only play. We can't talk about it until like what a while, like 2 weeks.
But I did get a chance to play that a little bit more. I've been playing a little bit of Transistor, like kind of just like lying down playing Transistor on the Switch. That's a cool game. It's fun. And I also got Bastion as well too. So I've been kind of playing that a little bit too on my other Switch. So that's fun too. That's a cool game. So that's a cool game. And got a little bit back into Darksiders 3. Still haven't beat that game yet. So I'm kind of going through about halfway-ish now, a little bit past that. So I'm kind of working my way through quite a number.
You're gonna run into what's his name soon.
Yeah.
You're gonna run into Strife soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I like I've always liked Darksiders games.
I hope he gets his. I hope Darksiders 4 comes out like next year and Strife is like the main character.
Man, I don't know, man.
He needs it, man. He needs.
Yeah, no, I know he does.
He needs it.
He needs it, but
yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'm looking forward to Darksiders Genesis. That game looks super fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And Jordan.
For me, I mean, I do want to pick up Darksiders 3. That's the only one I haven't played.
Wait, you haven't played it yet?
I'm waiting for a little bit of a price discount on it.
Okay. What about Game Pass?
Is it on Game Pass?
No, but if it is.
Oh, if it's on Game Pass, I'll play it immediately because I have 1 and 2. Like I love 1 and 2. I have them on like 3 different systems.
Okay. They're gonna have some Game Pass announcements tomorrow.
If it's on Game Pass, I'm playing that instantly. But I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 2. I haven't had much time to game this week. Similar to Scott, I'm in like pockets where I can play games and I can't play games due to like work. This week's been kind of busy with work, but I've been playing through a lot of Borderlands extra stuff to level up because supposedly tomorrow is the release of a brand new Borderlands 2 DLC that bridges the gap between 2 and 3 that got leaked and then quickly pulled, called Commander Lilith and the Fall of Sanctuary. Which has me pumped. It's a free DLC, and right now, if you have PlayStation Plus, all of Borderlands 2 and all the DLC, even the whole and pre-sequel, the whole Handsome collection is free. So in case anyone didn't know, you can get the game that way. So I'm just waiting for that. If that drops tomorrow, it's apparently I think Borderlands 3 has, right? Yeah, they have the Microsoft advertising deal for this one, so I'm very excited for that tomorrow. And yeah, just been playing a lot of Borderlands.
Yeah, all right, very cool. And then, Evan.
This week's just been me going around to like old games that really don't matter. I rechecked out Destiny.
I keep seeing you jump on Splatoon. Splatoon. I have it up. It's like Evan playing Splatoon. Oh,
yeah, that I checked out Destiny 2 for like an hour just because of the announcement of the split and what they're doing. I wanted to check some stuff out there, but nothing too big.
Okay, fair enough. Why don't we go through a Discord question, everything you got? I'll pull up the super chats, go through those, then we'll go through some of the presentations for E3 and talk about all the different presentations. Have some fun.
Got a slightly long but basic one. It's mostly for Jordan. How many movies do you own? Do you own more Blu-rays or DVDs? What is your most interesting movie genre you like? Yay, movie wave.
Yeah, movie wave coming soon. Okay, so I have a lot of DVDs, but I have way more Blu-rays. I have about 4,000 Blu-rays right now.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah, I'm about to hit that 4,000 number. Just 1,000 of them alone are like exclusive steelbooks that come out of like Best Buy and Target.
And what's the percentage of ones you buy just after you already own the one Blu-ray? Like it's slightly better with something slightly different.
I do have a good amount of variants. I know there's a lot of people that don't collect variants; they'll just trade up or change. I collect them all, and I'll just keep them sealed. Just because I have attachment issues. But my biggest genre that I collect, like this, my favorite is sci-fi. I love old sci-fi, new sci-fi, anything that gets me thinking and makes me feel something different at the end of it is what I like. It's like I love putting on 2001: A Space Odyssey, and that's in 4K now, and that film is still as beautiful. And I don't know how they did it. But yeah, no, it's a movie wave coming soon. I already have a secret movie channel right now that's similar to the games versus food that we haven't announced yet. But it started. There is a video. If you can find the channel, you can watch the video, but only my Discord.
Hey man, we can talk about Cobra Kai. I can do that.
Is it
Cobra
Coffee
Kai
and Criterion?
Oh, dude, now you're bringing me back. I'm gonna bring that show back. You watch. I'll bring Coffee and Criterion's back.
Let me go through these super chats before we start up with the conferences for E3. Aiden asks, Scott, how's the scoliosis?
It could be better. I've kind of transitioned from talking about scoliosis to osteoporosis because somebody said like scoliosis isn't a joke, Scott. Like you can't be making jokes about scoliosis. So I'm like, all right. So I transitioned over to osteoporosis. Whenever I have a go-to disease to say, usually say osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis is the what's the difference between them completely there?
Honestly, like, I'm not sure what osteoporosis is. I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's just like your bones are getting shitty.
Yeah,
but you could take like
that's way
vitamins
better.
and shit. Yeah, you can take vitamins.
way
It's
better.
fine.
The trick is to
There's
make
nothing
up
offensive.
something that sounds like a disease and just use that.
It's actually a pretty serious bone disease. Like, I don't think.
But no, I mean there's
should make fun of
stages.
No, you just
There's
take vitamins.
stages to it. Yeah, there's.
I know,
stages
but
to it.
it's like people have like you can like break a hip. Like it can get pretty bad. I studied about it in school.
Osteoporosis.
But it's way funnier than scoliosis.
I'm just saying they're both bad. I don't.
You just gotta tell people. You gotta tell people you're dying of gingivitis or something. That sounds
Not-
really harmless.
Just for bonitis.
Is that what the is that what the
you
guy?
lose your teeth if you have gingivitis?
Yeah.
Just say you have life deficiency and they can't question you.
Is that what the guy from Unbreakable had?
Which one?
I think he had a magical disease that doesn't exist.
Because those were his bones, right? His bones
He
are
has
brittle,
glass
right?
bones.
Brittle bone.
There you go. See, movie wave coming soon.
Movie wave, dissecting all of all those films.
Yeah, pointing out the obvious. Little gamer, no message. Thanks, little gamer. Wishbone says, "Is Sega making a new console
No,
game changer video?"
stop it.
Everyone really wants Sega to make another system.
Here's the thing. Sega, if they made another system, none of these motherfuckers would buy it. Nobody, and people would be like, "Oh, why are they back in it?" It's a beautiful dream.
What if Persona 6 was exclusive to it?
Wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
What does Persona sell in the States?
2.4 million worldwide on 100 million installed. Oh no, 150 million installed base if you count the PS3.
There you go.
So there you go. You make Persona 6 exclusive. You charge $1,000 for the console, and you're good.
Look, Sega, just do these mini consoles. You're knocking it out of the park with these. Do Saturn and Dreamcast next. That's what people want. Don't worry about new consoles.
Saturn would be something else.
Yo, do you see totally off topic? Did you see the Polymega light gun though?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that's going to be a thing. That's interesting.
The Polymega's looking legit, dude.
I still got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Andy says Fringe again. He said he ruins everything he touches.
Yeah, that's not wrong, Andy. But thank you for contributing to the show again.
Miguel says hi, and then God Catella says, "Can you tell Scott I said hi? Huge fan." Scott, God Catella says hi.
Hi, tell God Catella I'm a huge fan as well.
Okay, God Catella, Scott is a huge fan. All right. Austin says, really excited to see what the Avengers project turns out to be.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's coming out this year or if that's next year. Something's coming out this year. Something's coming out this year.
I'm betting next year, and I think the more we hear leaks about it, the more I think it's probably going to be like a DC Online. I think you're going to make a custom hero that's close to an established hero. You're probably going to like chill with the Avengers and stuff, but I don't think we'll get to be Iron Man.
Oh yeah, are we rolling DC Universe? Is the SpawnCast rolling DC Universe on the Switch when that comes out?
We got to do a live stream of us squadding up.
It's free, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm down.
Yeah, Sean's.
I did some research, Sean. I think you pay for there's some raids you have to pay for. So the coolest dungeons you have to pay for. But if we just want to go around beating up homeless people or something, we can do that.
The original release is free.
In the game. In the game.
Oh yeah, in the game.
Are paid for.
See,
in the game.
I remember playing it on PS3 I think it was PS3.
It was better. It was kind of rough on the PS3.
Yeah, that was my only interaction with it.
We played it on the PC and it was pretty good, but I'll be curious to see it on the Switch. It'll be interesting. Sean, no message. Thanks, Sean Gonzalez. Stupendous says you're torn me apart, Lisa. I think that's during the Torna talk.
You're turning me apart, Lisa.
Sean Gonzalez, no message. Carlos, no message. Aiden Quinn says, this is what you were laughing at, Sean.
Yes.
I see links here to hot singles in my area. Do I click?
Worst case scenario, you get a virus. Best case scenario, you're probably still getting a virus. So.
Okay. Bashin Rio Cat says, happy E3 chat and SpawnCast to you, Sean. I'm this close to pre-ordering the Evercade.
Evercade's legit, dude.
They're also asking if you can do a PC Engine stories, please.
Yeah, I did a couple PC Engine videos back in the day, but I may end up doing some more on those. I want to do some more retro stuff. Obviously, E3 you can't really you could barely think about doing anything beyond videos on E3. But after E3, maybe when the schedule's up.
I say, John, get a TurboGrafx 16. Thank me later. I have one right over there, actually. I already have it. It's
PC Engine's better.
It's for a video. Well, I'm gonna like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna fix that problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna. Yeah. Andy Ackerman says, "Dreamcast guy not showing the chat love tonight."
Ooh.
Oh, so I actually am having really bad motion sickness, and I'm doing my best not to vomit, so I can't have the chat up. I'm not sure what triggered the last 48 hours. I feel like I'm going to puke. So I apologize, chat. I can't read. If you're like sending me dick pics, I can't see them. I apologize.
Dreamcast guy, you drinking water, bro?
Yes, I've been drinking. I don't know what triggers this. I only have it every 6 months or so. It's really bad motion sickness. Honestly, I do think it was EA Play. EA Play.
Wow, EA Play made you sick.
Really,
oh,
really.
My God,
Ooh, that's a good video title.
These really awkward crane shots for some reason on my big screen TV were really messing with my head. I'm that kind of wimp. I can't see games like that.
And then ACG, that's Carrick over at ACG. Make sure you check him out. He does some of the best reviews I've seen on YouTube. Like newer games when they first come out. You know ACG, Max.
Yeah, I'm good for it. I've been on a show a couple times.
Yeah. He said best gaming chat right here, folks. Keep it up all. Thanks, Carrick. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys check him out. And then Big Yoshi with $1 no message. Thanks, Big Yoshi. So let's do we need to talk about EA today? I mean honestly,
yes.
Some of you
Star
guys
Wars.
I talked to, and some of you were like, I didn't even watch it.
Oh,
and that's fine because I wasn't even at home when it was going on because I was like, you know what? I'll just schedule something during EA because it's FIFA, I guess. But
Star Wars.
Yes. Okay. So the one thing that was good, I guess, was Star Wars. Oh, well, that was interesting at least.
Ooh,
okay. This is
spicy opinions.
Yeah, this is gonna be okay. Okay. So did everyone see the Star Wars gameplay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
of course.
So just so describe it to me.
Lightsabers.
It's Uncharted.
Wow.
It's very similar. It does look like Uncharted mixed with Star Wars. I will say that. But the lightsaber combat has me a bit concerned.
But with the inspiration of Metroid.
Can you tell me why you're concerned about the lightsaber combat? Then I can talk about it then, John.
I've played the Jedi series all the way back to when I loaded it up on Windows 95 to play Dark Forces 2, or Dark Forces Jedi Knight 2, and it was free swinging lightsaber combat. This one almost looks like when you're fighting someone, it almost locks you into an animation. It looked like when he was actually dueling an enemy, and that was throwing me off because I was like, that's not how it was before that I remember playing it. Back in the day, and that was throwing me off a bit there, to be honest. I wasn't sure. They also didn't show us the skill tree. I wanted to see that. Do we level up force powers? How does all that work? Like, there's
they'll have it in there.
They mentioned that during the I get if you want to call it an interview at the end, but yeah, they did. They
You mean
briefly
the
mentioned
cokehead
it.
screaming at everyone?
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't the EA show; it was the Greggy show. But it's.
But do you do anything with your lightsaber? Do you make your own lightsaber? Can you have different types of lightsabers?
You can see the if you watch it again, like I think it was in the top right hand corner, you can see him getting skill points, so he's getting skill points, so that's going to be put into something, whether you stronger force push or pull or whatever, you can freeze them or whatever the case is. But I kind of had a little bit of the concerns is that it seems, and it's alpha, right? Alpha.
Yes.
It seems very canned, like you were saying, canned animations and stiff. It looks cool. So it looks like they're going for the wow factor over actual fluidity in combat. It doesn't look as fluid as action games made 10 years ago, like a Bayonetta. I think even some of the Darksiders combat looks a little bit more fluid than what we're seeing here. And that's my concern. It looks really cool. Like it's going to be a nice guided experience. This is a $50 game. So it seems like this is going to be no multiplayer. Okay. No co-op. And it's $50. So this is going to be a short, concise experience where it's gonna be like an Uncharted, you kind of just rush through
it's
it.
It's gonna be linear.
Yeah, linear kind of rush through. Maybe there's a little couple areas that you can go through, collect some stuff, and that's a little bit of my concern. But at the same time, I still think they have time to make things a little bit better. But I do think it's gonna be more of a cinematic type of thing than an actual fluidity. Like some people are trying to say Sekiro. I'm like, no, I don't think this is gonna be anywhere near as fluid as Sekiro or
I'm kind of looking for it. I'm maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a little burned out on all the open world stuff at times. Like when I go to Ubisoft's like presentation, I'm just gonna be like, all right, that's a lot of open world stuff that I might not have time for.
That's true. I'm gonna buy it. Like, I'm looking forward to like a nice like 8-hour or 12-hour. Maybe you can play it.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm looking forward to that. That's fine by me, and it's a little bit cheaper. It's not 60. It's 50. So I'm gonna buy day one so I can play and everything. But I'm a couple concerns here and there, but it's not done yet.
It's confirmed to be 50.
Yeah, it's 50. You can get it for 50 right now.
That's terrifying.
Well,
that's terrifying. That's terrifying because it's EA. If it was any other company, I wouldn't give a shit. But EA selling you a game for $50, that's terrifying.
They're being too nice. They're like
their fake apology campaign.
That's scary.
They have to because there's no multiplayer and the game's going to be short. They're already setting ahead for the backlash. When people find out how long the game is going to be, they're already it's $50. I think they're setting up for it.
4.5 solid hours.
No, it turns out to be like Kane and Lynch 2, where it's like 2 hours in, they get on the plane. It's that was the end. Oh, I paid how much for this?
I think the bit. Oh, you go ahead, Max.
I was gonna say, my only concern is I feel like the combat is as appealing in cinematography style as it was. It seems like something that'll be real easy to break. The fact that you can force people to like pull people towards you for instant kills, you can slow down particular people in time and like literally grab them and make their own bullets hit them in the air. I feel like it's gonna be one of those games where you're gonna figure out, whenever you play like a really bad hack and slash and you find that one combo that's invincible, that's like XXY. XXY. I feel like this is going to be one of those games where right at the beginning, you're going to find that one trick that kills everybody instantly, and you're just going to go through the whole game repeating that one trick. I kind of am getting that vibe.
Force Unleashed wasn't that long. The second one was
wasn't that long, but it wasn't like 4 hours. I feel like that.
I thought it was like maybe the second one was like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, it's around there. It's very short. You can beat that game. I literally beat that game in one sitting a couple months ago.
I want to make one correction because I don't want people coming after me with this. Amazon has it for 50. Other places have it for 60.
Okay, so it's not EA.
It makes me feel a little bit. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
I need to correct myself because there's like 3,000 people watching. Sorry about that.
I think my biggest beef with it was it almost felt like a hodgepodge of other games, and it didn't really have an identity. And usually, I'm not going to sit here and be like, "Oh, I'm the biggest Star Wars fan in the world," because I'm not. But as far as Star Wars games are concerned, most of the ones that I've played and enjoyed, games like, KOTOR, Shadows of the Empire, all of those games had their own identity. Like it felt like, something you knew what you were getting into, but like seeing like parkour running and, a lot of platforming and stuff. I don't know, that I think threw me for the biggest loop, and definitely the Uncharted vibes. It was like, wow, is this a PS4 exclusive secretly? But no, you're playing on an Xbox.
Is that gonna make you plug your PS4 back in, Sean, this game?
No, I'll play it on Xbox.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have an X, right?
I'm the weirdo who plays the multi-platforms on the Xbox One S and plays the exclusives on the PS4.
On the S, though. Okay.
Yeah, you need to upgrade to the X, but
yeah, we gotta get you that X, man.
No.
The new one's coming out pretty soon here. Just get the new Xbox system.
Yeah, that'll hopefully be shown off tomorrow.
Yeah,
but that's a whole nother topic.
Yep, we'll get into that soon. Yeah. I do want to ask you about this, Sean, because you brought up a good point about EA. What was missing at EA's presentation? Like, what was missing?
What do you mean?
What was missing?
Like everything.
It was in the title of your video.
Oh, Switch?
Yeah, what happened to the Switch, man?
No, it wasn't even my video. That wasn't even I didn't expect EA to show off anything for the Switch. My thing was the Legacy Edition for FIFA 2020. If anyone buys that game, you are out of your mind. You're out of your mind. That is disgusting.
What's the Legacy Edition, Sean?
So I don't know what this is. Can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, it's last year's FIFA, just with a new roster.
Yes.
There we go. They've done that before.
But see, they do that. They do that on like PS. They did that on PS3 and Xbox 360, like 8 years after they kept giving it, a fresh game. This is the third year. In the third year, you're doing a Legacy Edition. That blows my mind.
Wow. Wait. So they didn't do any improvements to it or anything? I'm confused. Like they didn't do anything.
It's a roster update. It's literally the FIFA 19 with a current roster.
How much does that cost?
They haven't said, but being EA, I'm sure it's going to be full price.
Oh wow!
No, wait, just buy FIFA 19. Like if 2K did this with NBA 2K, I would not buy it on the Switch. The reason I buy NBA 2K on the Switch is because A, I love basketball, and 2, I like being able to play basketball wherever the hell I go. And they always do a good version of the game. There are gameplay differences between NBA 2K18 and NBA 2K19. You can see visual improvements, you can see gameplay improvements. They improve animations, they improve plays, they improve a whole bunch of stuff. But even and like the single player stuff in NBA, I don't play that. The career mode and shit like that.
You don't like it? You don't like spending $5 to get your haircut?
No, I play the actual basketball in the game. So if 2K said, "Hey, we're giving you NBA 2K20 on the Switch, but we're not going to give you any improvements. It's going to be the exact same game as last year, but you're going to have updated rosters." I'd be like, "No, thank you. I like to play these games to see the evolution of the game." So, no, that's disgusting. If this was a lineage, if this was a system that was on its way out or something, then yeah, okay, a legacy edition as a little thank you to people, maybe at a discounted price, that's fine. But the fact that the Switch is in its third year, you haven't done anything with the system, even though it's been selling well. You haven't shown it really any sort of support outside of things like Unravel 2 coming nearly a year later after the thing comes out. Like, that's just disgusting to me. And I'm saying that as a multi-platform owner. I can't imagine how a Nintendo Switch dedicated owner who only has this and who loves to play FIFA or something has to feel. Because you got to remember, while soccer, football, as some would call it, isn't
most of the world,
As most of the world call it, yeah.
It isn't all that big in the United States, but this is huge in Europe. Like, these people are obsessed with soccer, football. So it's just crazy. It would be like doing that with Madden. It'd be like, okay, we got the PS4 version of Madden this year. It's the Legacy Edition. You're going to get new rosters. There's a reason why people still play NFL 2K5 on the fucking Xbox, and because of the better game.
That game is awesome.
Oh my God.
That's it. I'm going straight to you.
Take a drink.
Did they specifically announce it? Like, did they like go up on stage or like wherever they were doing it, and were they like, yeah, FIFA 20 on the Switch is going to be the Legacy Edition. It's going to be this. Like, did they specifically do that, or did
they didn't even
a press release?
They didn't even. Yeah, it just came out in a press release.
Wow, they didn't even.
Because the FIFA
I would find that really weird if they would announce that on stage.
Because like the whole new thing in FIFA 2020 is there's going to be a mode like FIFA Street. You remember FIFA Street, which was like that arcadey style soccer game? There's a new mode that's in that game that's in the standard FIFA that's going to be like that. So you're essentially getting like 2 games in one. And so, like, the Nintendo Switch owners, you're not getting that new game mode. Why? Because you're getting a roster update.
Oh,
and
man.
That's it. So, like, it's crazy. It's like
they're
just buy
just on there.
19.
I just don't know. EA's they're weird. I guess they're just done with the Switch. I don't know.
They're very weird about a few things right now.
Yeah, they never got. Yeah,
there was
How can you call a company that just put out Unravel 2 on the Switch done with the Switch? Come on.
It was a good game. I mean, they did a decent job with it with the
I'm interested in
performance mode.
I haven't played it yet, but that's one I'm interested in.
It was pretty legit.
You can't count that though, because that's like an independent developer that's literally trying to get more money off of the Switch audience.
Oh yeah,
like,
you're not wrong.
It's not like EA was and EA if they wanted it so bad they would have gave them the funds and gave them more resources so they can get it at launch. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give a damn.
That was the game that got revealed, and we were looking at it, and they're the same colors as like the Switch Joy-Con controllers. We're like, why isn't this on the Switch? It's just Xbox. That was last year.
Well, they said. I remember they said that like it would be a pain in the ass to get it to run, but then the Switch, was selling so good. All of a sudden, hey, look, we got it to run on the system, and it runs pretty good.
I mean, we've seen A Hat in Time did the same thing.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
We've seen some companies kind of about face on that thing.
So there was some other stuff missing from E3's event. And
here we go. Jordan's got to say.
Yeah, I want to bring up some things. So
break my heart, Jordan. Go.
So with this event, I was hearing stuff that they're really not going to be announcing too much. This is just more of like showing off, which we all thought it really was. It was really like the Star Wars event, and then they talk about sports games and The Sims. But there's still a chance that Skate 4 being announced tomorrow during Microsoft's event. But I've also heard from the same source that EA has pulled off a few major announcements this year that they're not even going to talk about right now. They don't even want to get into. They have been working on another Mass Effect game, I found out, that was not tied to Andromeda. It was another reboot, not a continuation, just something new that was supposed to be teased with some cinematic and some logo this year at E3. But like a month ago, they said, you know what? We just don't want any kind of shitstorm with this at all, and we're just not going to show anything. Now, I don't know if that means they pulled all their announcements like Skate 4. I've still heard Skate 4 could be here, but if it's not, I'm greatly disappointed because that would be the only thing I'm excited for from EA. Even if a new Mass Effect doesn't even excite me after Andromeda. So, but yeah, that's what I've heard in the background. That's your Skate 4 update for this week. We'll see if it happens tomorrow.
All right, exciting stuff tomorrow, hopefully. I put in the main chat a Gamatsu listing for the Twitch schedule for everyone watching if you want to check that out as we go along it. Just kind of going through everything. What's that? Max?
Real fast before we move on. Did anybody actually watch EA Play Live? Did y'all see what they did for Anthem?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
They do nothing.
They did like
between two segments, they brought out the director of the game for, I'm not even joking, 90 seconds for him to basically apologize for the game, promise that they're not just abandoning it yet, and everybody in the background, people were taking pictures because they clearly just sat the guy down in the middle of the crowd and gave him a mic, and everybody's just mean mugging this dude where he's like, we learned from a lot of our mistakes with Anthem, and everybody's just like, really, bro? Really? Oh,
man.
Such an awkward moment. It was so good.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's fun. So let's go through this here. E3 kickoff show. I think that's going to be Jeff Keighley's doing that, I believe, right?
Aaron Plays is going to be on that.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Who else is on there? Is it? They get Samuel L. Jackson on there too?
Yeah, it's like Samuel L. Jackson, like Markiplier, and Aaron Plays.
And I think Myth, the Fortnite dude, Myth.
Oh,
he's gonna be on there too.
See, I'll have to watch that.
Wait, but is Aaron Plays going to be there, Sean? I wasn't sure.
Aaron Plays, she's gonna be there, man.
Okay, I didn't know. I just wanted to clarify.
See if Samuel L. Jackson's on there. Okay, I'll watch that. Cool. He used to be on the really old E3 ones. Yeah, Spike TV. Yeah, for the Game Awards.
The garbage awards. Those were horrible.
But yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow. This is Pacific time, so 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We have the Microsoft press conference. It's supposed to be 2 hours long, and there's supposed to be a ridiculous amount of stuff here.
Let's go.
I'm actually most excited. I've never said this before. I'm the most excited for Microsoft's conference.
I am too.
There's not much to really compare it to this year, but yeah, I'm very excited for their conference.
Yeah, it's because it sounds like they're gonna have everything. Like it sounds like they're gonna have next gen systems there.
They're gonna have Bleeding Edge there.
Dude, Bleeding Edge, man.
Oh man, I'm not sure about that one. I gotta
reserving my judgment until I see.
Yeah, I gotta see more about that. Yeah,
I gotta see it in HD and not on not filmed on a bad looking monitor that's confidential on it.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing because like Ninja Theory finally this is the Ninja Theory game, right?
Yes.
It's weird because they finally found their footing because they finally released a game that numerous people gave critical acclaim with Hellblade. And then this is basically everything that Hellblade isn't. So it's really weird to me that they go with this directly after the success of Hellblade.
And the trick is it's an arena hero game, which historically speaking, Microsoft has thrown money into with several companies, and most of those games either didn't release or died. So
here's what's interesting about this game. This game apparently has been in development for about 4 years. They started it a long time ago. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it, because that means they would have started really building it around when these became kind of popular. So they were because it's before Battle Royale, right? So this is when they did the hero shooters and stuff. And I guess that's just, they thought, well, we'll do this just in case Hellblade doesn't work out. We might be able to make it to this release. And I guess I bet you Microsoft saw that game and said, well, we should buy Ninja Theory because we can have them make another game, but they already have this multiplayer game ready to go. So that's all I can think of there.
I saw some people talking about this. Apparently, it got leaked to a couple of YouTubers about 2 months ago. This game, and all of them apparently were talking about, including Randall Thor. He's we've
known about Bleeding Edge for about a little while now, but I didn't know it was a hero shooter.
Yeah, well, he saw it, and apparently there's a clip of him on a podcast 2 months ago being everyone's going to be mad. It's going to come out, and you're going to be like, what the hell? And now that I've seen it, I'm open-minded to it being great, but from that teaser, it does. I mean, it looks so generic.
Maybe I'm hero shootered out. I don't know. I Lawbreakers was cool for a bit, and then I fell out of that. And Overwatch was fun, I fell out of that.
I think the big thing is this is Microsoft. Microsoft has games like this on the Xbox One. You have third-party games like this on the Xbox One. What does Microsoft not have this generation?
Single player games.
Single fucking player games. And you can sit there and say, oh, single player games are dying. Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and God of War say, go fuck yourself. You're wrong. So, I mean, that's the one thing that the system did not have this generation. And I think that's what people want. And, you know, even if it's not an absolute banger of a single player experience, if someone's trying, like, that's good. But just seeing a game like you know, Bleeding Edge, it's just like, oh, another one, you know.
Yeah,
have something like this.
From what I've seen, it just doesn't look like it. That just screams to me a game I'm gonna forget immediately after it's revealed.
Yeah,
And it's gonna get lost in all the other games they're gonna show off, and it's just like, it just screams that to me.
The designs look like that. It reminds me like Battleborn. It's giving me like Battleborn-ish vibe.
Everybody remembers Battleborn.
Yeah,
I do.
I can go to Five Below right now and buy 20 copies.
But I got it on release day.
I was at Gearbox headquarters a couple weeks ago, and they had a whole section of their studio has paintings and murals and stuff dedicated to Battleborn. They have huge statues everywhere, and they took me into the back room to play Borderlands 3, and I'm not even joking. There were about 45 collector's editions of Battleborn Ultimate Edition, and they're like, "Do you want one?"
That's what I thought you were gonna say. It's just
I'll
like
take
you were
10.
just like, yeah, I just went to Gearbox, and you know, they had like 400 copies of Battleborn. They were like, "You want one?"
They call it the Hall of Shame.
Everybody gets one when they leave.
Yeah,
It's a gift bag.
They offered me that, and instead I ended up taking a collector's edition for We Happy Few instead. This one's back here, but I was like,
I'd take that any day compared to Battleborn.
yeah, I was like, no, thank you.
They have apparently they have 14 Xbox One first party games as their headline for the Microsoft press
I
conference.
like the sound of that.
Yeah, okay, but you got to remember some of those games we already know about. You're going to see Gears, you're going to see Halo, you're going to see Battletoads, which I'm kind of excited about.
Hey,
Banjo 3E.
No,
you can't just skip over Halo like that, man.
well, no, I'm just saying you're going to see Halo. Like, that's obviously going to be a big thing. I think some people.
we haven't seen it yet. We haven't stated announced, but we haven't seen it.
Yeah, but I mean,
We
it's
haven't
gonna
really
be
seen
there.
Gears 5 either. We saw a cutscene.
Oh, we saw
a very long cutscene.
We kind of saw it.
That was a cutscene. We didn't see gameplay.
Apparently, there's some interesting stuff to Gears 5 that we haven't seen yet. From what I've
Some
heard,
upgrades. They're gonna make it towards time.
it's gonna be a little different, apparently.
Yeah,
So,
I'm nervous then.
I'm hearing some crazy stuff about Gears 5. I think it's going to be probably the thing that blows people's minds the most tomorrow, besides Halo.
yeah, Halo, I think is gonna blow people's minds. I'm ready for that.
You thought the Last of Us 2 lesbian scene was good? Wait till you see the one in Gears 5, folks.
Yeah, it's 4 knuckles deep.
Jesus Christ.
Halo is gonna be. I think Halo's gonna be good. But we have the Initiative, right? We think they might show theirs, which maybe that's Perfect Dark. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
The classics are coming back.
I'm almost at
Oh yeah,
Fable.
Is that Playground? You think Playground's doing Fable?
Yeah, maybe Playground with Fable. I'm super excited for that, man. I love Fable. It's one of my favorites, and I'd be down. Screw Fable 3. That game sucks. But Fable 1 and 2, those are my thing. And all those other Fable games, those like the Connect thingy or whatever they did, Journey and all that stuff sucks. Anniversary Edition is the best one. That's my favorite one.
I like the first one. I played the second one. The third one was.
The third one's awful. I think that's like a 5, 6 out of 10. It's not the worst.
Really bad. It's not good though. It's really bad. I don't think it's very good.
I recently played through it again. It's not that bad.
Really?
The first one was a classic though.
I think the first 1 and 2 I love. I think they're both great.
Yeah.
3 is definitely not anywhere close to that.
I would like to see
good.
Playground take a shot at Fable 4 though. That'd be great.
I think
That'd be cool.
they know how to build good mechanics into the games. You can just tell from playing like the Forza games, like they have a lot of cool mechanics built into it, and they can transfer that skill over to like a different type of game. I don't think it'd be too hard for them because they're really talented. I want to see them do more than racing games. I mean, like racing games, it's cool, but it's like how many Forzas do we get? We get a Horizon. They got 2 different versions of the same thing, like Forza Horizon and then regular.
Yeah, we have like 4 Horizons and 7 Forzas.
And Forza Street. Don't forget about Forza Street.
Forza
You're right.
Street.
I forgot.
They got like so many versions of Forza. It ain't Mario though, man. It's a racing game. So
Then we got Battletoads.
yes,
That's got to be just about damn done. That was supposed to be a
What do you
springtime
think? What do you
release.
think? What do you think it's going to look like?
Streets of Rage 4.
Yep.
I think it's going to look exactly like
You don't
it.
think it's going to go super ultra realistic?
Let me ask you this question, okay? Do you think Battletoads ends up on the Switch as well?
Oh fuck me!
Yeah, right.
It should. Because it's not going to be a $60 AAA release.
No, I think it's going to be like a $30 game.
Yeah, it's going to probably be digital only when it first comes out anyways. Yeah, I mean, because no one, well, I mean, you have the arcade game, but really when you think of Battletoads, you know, probably 80% of people think of the NES. So
who's making that game?
Rare aren't they?
No.
Rare is advisors to the game.
No, it's like with KI when they did Killer Instinct, because Rare didn't really do anything with that one.
Right.
No.
It was just another company that developed it.
Yeah, I wonder who's making it, because that is an interesting. I just want to see what it looks like. That's the biggest thing.
Is it? Do you think it's going to be a remake or a completely new game?
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a new game. Yeah.
I think it might be a little bit of both. Like it's probably going to be super derivative of the NES one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be super derivative. There might be levels just pulled immediately from that, but just
Turbo
now in like a hand-drawn style.
Yeah, Turbo Tunnel's going to be in there for sure.
It's going to have the art style like Streets of. I kind of want it to have. Did any of you guys play Killer Instinct on the Xbox One? The Battletoads on there.
Yeah.
That was that not so badass doing that? Like using the Battletoads. Like I love that style.
I think it worked for Killer Instinct how it would work in something like Mortal Kombat, but I don't know if a full game like that would work. I don't know. You got to remember, how fucking long has it been since we've seen Battletoads?
It's last E3.
I'm talking about the franchise in general. What, Super Nintendo? Like, so I mean, a lot of time has gone on. You know, it'll be interesting to see. I really think it's going to have that sort of retro aesthetic.
Made by Delilah Studios.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said Delilah Studios.
Okay, I don't really see a lot. It's
a weird franchise for Microsoft to like push from Rare, because like they randomly do a lot of Battletoads references all the time. Like, and it's always been it always weirded me out, because like Battletoads has never had a Microsoft they've never been represented on Microsoft outside of Rare Replay. So it's just always been weird to me how like they'd wear Battletoads shirts and they do like Battletoads DLC and Shovel Knight and stuff like that. It was always really weird.
Right, yeah. I mean, I guess they're gonna try to get some of that money back on that Rare investment.
Speaking of DLC,
$250 million.
There's a Cuphead DLC should be there.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
they talked about it last year and it still ain't out. So
yeah, I could see that being.
Got to be somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at Delilah their stuff. It looks like they helped with Sea of Thieves also.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some history with Rare at least, you know. So like. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident that Battletoads will be a good game. And it's funny because I'm not even really a huge fan of the original Battletoads.
I mean, if it's not, we still have Streets of Rage to look forward to. So
yeah.
Did you see the new Streets of Rage off-screen stuff?
Yeah.
People seemed kind of mixed on that, but I thought it looked damn good.
Yeah, it looked really good. I thought at least.
The animation was phenomenal. It was very, very smooth. People were like, "Hey, this looks like a cell phone."
Well,
game. Like, no.
What third parties show up? Because Microsoft's the place to be for a third party, right? Does Capcom drop that Resident Evil 3 there?
I do think I've heard some people speculating that if we're going to see the Dino Crisis remake, they're probably going to do that on their stage come later. And then the other thing is, I do think that they're really going to focus on Cyberpunk. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I can see Cyberpunk being there. But
dude, if Dino Crisis is a thing, dude, think of how sick that's gonna. Think of how good Dino Crisis was.
That's gonna look really good.
Came out.
I've heard things about Cyberpunk.
But have you heard things about Dino Crisis?
Yeah.
I replayed all three of them. Yes, even the terrible one with clone skinless dinosaurs, Dino Crisis 3. I played through them recently, and oh my god, have 1 and 2 aged so good. I feel like basically they could do a shot-for-shot remake of that with like 3D controls, and it would just age perfect.
Well, the thing of it is the dinosaurs in the game, the raptors in the game, especially because the second game was kind of more action-based, but when the first one, where it was essentially Resident Evil with
Go on.
There goes Sean.
Oh, wow. It was just like Resident Evil, you're right. But yeah.
Capcom cut him off. They said enough of you.
But on that point though, yeah, the T-Rex and stuff was so spooky. Oh, is he back?
I should get Sean's picture back up because he's like frozen, like in like this perfect. There we go.
I think he's back.
Oh,
you back, Sean?
Yeah.
How late? I gotta. How long did you just talk in your living room? Just
man,
to, like,
I had a nice little spiel, man, about how
Bro, you
Make
know
the
that
rant.
dorm girl school look? You know when the girls walking out of the dorms? Everybody just look at her like,
Man, that was a good speech too. The dinosaurs are smart and fast, and that's what makes it exciting
I'm sure your recliner appreciated it.
because you got the We're
Yeah,
moving on.
no, I get what you're saying, RGT. Yeah,
Yeah.
that it was almost felt like an evolution of the Resident Evil formula, where it was things you had to be afraid of because they're thinking too. So yeah, if we go into 3D, they can make it even faster and even smarter.
Let me ask you guys this: we got next gen console supposedly being there. Do you think they show anything off about it at all, or do you think they just say they're coming next year? It's going to be stronger than the PlayStation 5, and like that's it.
We're gonna get.
I think it's
Phil
more
Spencer.
likely that they're just gonna state that yeah, it's coming.
Do you
But
think
I
they have a? Do you think
yeah.
they'll have a box there though?
100%. I think they'll have a box.
You think
And
they'll have a box?
I want a box, but we're gonna get Phil Spencer and then a bunch of the engineers come on stage like they did last time for the 1X, and they're gonna talk about how powerful it is for about
A
30
Ferrari
minutes.
comes out of the ceiling. And they're like, "See this? It's kind of like that."
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if
it can.
Yeah.
The Xbox could drive this Ferrari and outbeat it in a race.
Because if you go back to when they first showed the Scorpio, they didn't even show the box. They just talked about it, like you're saying, Jordan. And they
just
that's what you think is going to happen, Scott? They might just like talk about it.
Well, we've kind of gone past the era where like they reveal a game console 10 years before they release it, because they used to do that. Like they'd announce it 1 year and then they'd get closer, like the next year at E3, they'd still show it off and then it'd come out that holiday. We're kind of at the point where like they kind of reveal stuff the year of, except if like they just kind of talk about it a little bit. Like they just kind of talked about Scorpio. They were like, yeah, we're working on something. And then with the PS5, yeah, we're working on something. But then like with the Switch and the PS4 and the Xbox One, those were all announced within a year of their release date. So I feel like they'll confirm and they'll give us some details, but I don't think we're going to see like a lot of like specific, like I don't think we're going to see a box. Personally.
Fair way to look at it.
Okay. You think they'll say at least, oh yeah, it's going to be all backwards compatible, all that good stuff?
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. But then again, that would kind of like, that would totally kill all of the Xbox One sales, like a console. But Sony did that with the PS5.
Yeah.
So
Microsoft
and I feel
doesn't
like
care about Xbox
consoles. Yeah. So I don't know.
I think it just depends on when they're planning on releasing it, as far as how much info they're actually going to give. I think it'll in some way, shape, or form, they're going to talk about it. I think if it's sooner than later, maybe springish release, they will have a box there. I think if it's beyond spring, it'll probably just be tech talk.
Okay.
I've had some people tweeting me today, and I didn't like it, but some of the stuff they were saying was basically some people were speculating, what if they come out and it turns out that Scarlet is one last special edition Xbox One? I know, yeah. And I said, I was telling people, if they do that, they're screwed. Like, if they really come out and go, and the final Xbox One family member, I mean, I'm going to burn the stage down myself.
It's called like the Xbox One XS. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Just keep adding on numbers at the end.
And then let's go through real quick. xCloud. xCloud will be there. Any thoughts on xCloud? Do you think it's gonna be better or worse than Stadia?
Wait, better than Stadia? How could anything be better than Stadia, man? Stadia's awesome.
Stadia is God now.
Oh yeah, let's get Scott's thoughts on Stadia real quick.
I can play Final Fantasy 15 on my Mac. It's so cool.
Okay. It's well, we need a Chrome box. We need the little Chrome.
Sure. It's fine, I guess.
Okay, so let me say, because what's Scott's thought on an all streaming future?
No. I don't think game streaming is there yet. I think we still have a good few years until that's totally doable, because like game streaming works, but I don't know. You see, like, it's weird. Movies have moved into the all digital age. Like, there's no denying that. Like, people, like, there are millions of movies. I'm sorry, I forgot you were there, and I didn't want to.
Listen, it's true.
That was incredibly. That was like one of the meanest things I could say to somebody who wants 4,000 Blu-rays. But no, okay, there are people.
He'll show you pictures of too many games. He'll literally have pictures.
This is where I keep my rare ones. This is where I keep my Disneys. This is where I keep my.
movies have moved into this age where like people just want a Netflix subscription, and they like people just want that. That's their avenue of watching movies, and that makes sense because like movies are the same. Basically the same, just watching that streamed compared to watching a Blu-ray, watching like a 4K stream. Sometimes, okay, there's some buffers with that, but it's nowhere near.
There's sound quality issues and clarity.
Okay,
go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. All right, let me finish. Okay, it's much it's much different compared to streaming a game. Streaming a game, there's latency, and then you also have sound problems and visual problems. Like things just don't work as well. And it's also like movies are like kind of like a one-time thing for most people. Like you just watch a movie and then you're done with it. I'm sorry.
How am I supposed to sit here and take this?
Okay.
One-time thing. You
throw on a movie on Netflix, you're done with it after that. That's how the majority of movies work. Okay.
Movie.
Oh, it's a Netflix movie. But like games are something that you really sit down. Like if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna play a game. So this whole idea of like, oh, I can play it on my computer and my TV. I can get up and play it on my phone. I can do all this. It's just like, if I'm going to play a game, I'm going to sit down and play a game. So it's just like this whole idea. I just don't think, I just don't think is like works that well, in my opinion. I just don't know many people who are like, damn, I can pick up my game wherever I want. It's just like, you have like the Switch, and like that's like a nice little, like you bring that places and you just whip that out, you play it a little bit and then you're done with it. And it's just like the games they've been showing are kind of like you need a persistent internet connection. Data is going to be ridiculous. There's way too many things that I just don't think work very well with Stadia in terms of the concept.
Yeah, 4K, 65 hours is a terabyte of data apparently.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're going to ask people. You're going to ask people to buy games. And then the best way you could play this game that you could buy on your console, but maybe you don't have a console because you're a casual gamer. Because casual fucking gamers love to spend $60 on video games. Casual gamers do not spend $60 on a video game. Casual players are not going to get a subscription service that you have to pay for monthly in order to play the games in the best possible quality. Casual people like free games. If this would have been a Netflix style subscription service for video games, it would have worked better. They don't know what this is. They think that there's this market for something like this, when in actuality, I don't believe there is. Do I want to play Assassin's Creed while I'm sitting at Panera Bread on my cell phone on their shitty Wi-Fi? Or do I now I need a hotspot in order to get a decent internet connection in order to play this game that, I don't download it, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Maybe I like to download the game so that way it stays on my thing. So if I don't have an internet connection, guess what? I can still play my game, but you can't do that with Stadia. It's just, I don't know, man. Like so many people seem to like the concept of the idea. And I don't necessarily think the concept is bad. I think it's the execution that's bad. It's trying to solve a problem that doesn't necessarily exist. And a lot of people like to say, well, yes, digital gaming is definitely on the rise. And that is completely correct. However, the fall of physical media isn't quite as drastic as these people make it out to be. If you actually follow Matt Piscatella or whatever, I'm probably butchering.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If you follow him, he does the NPD, which is the software sales that happen in the United States, and he says time and time again that digital is on the rise, but physical isn't necessarily dipping all that much. And one of the main reasons for digital being on the rise is the fact that there's so many digital only games coming out now. So if there is no physical way to purchase this game, of course the digital is going to rise because it has a monopoly on that. So it's to me, it's the big companies that are pushing for shit like this, because now we don't have to worry about producing a disc. Now we don't have to worry about producing a case. We're making more money on these games. We're getting more revenue on these games. And at the end of the day, you're not 5-10 years from now, come talk to me about an all digital future. For now, you're not there yet.
Well, let me ask you this, Sean. What if they show up with xCloud, all right, and they say, hey, it's $15 a month and you have all of Game Pass and everything can be streamed just like that?
So
yeah, I mean that's a much better option. The thing about this all digital streaming stuff is, to me, it's like VR. it should complement the video games, not try to supersede and circumvent the video games in this traditional way. And these companies want it to because they can make more money off their games. But if the consumer doesn't want that, then you're just wasting your time. And plus, it's fucking Google. Okay, like Google gives up on projects all the time. Are you really entrusting Google? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, because that's the real trick. Since you're buying your games on it, like, do they refund you that, or do they just take it away from you? Because even with things like Good Old Games or Steam, there's clauses where if those go down, Good Old Games is no DRM anyway, and Steam turns off its DRM and just goes, get what you want, and you can actually make copies of it physically if you want.
My issue with this predominantly is I am a very hardcore gamer, but I feel like I enjoy the ceremony of game of like I sit down, I enjoy a story, I play it for long periods of time. And for that, I feel like the interaction with gaming is different because you're supposed to be locked in. You're supposed to believe the world is real. It's different than the way you treat Netflix, where you watch 4 episodes of Lucifer, whatever, you shut it off, you go take a cold shower and watch more of that hot hunk solve crimes or whatever. Whereas gaming is centered. It's about sitting there. I hate the fact that anything can mess it up. Oh, internet's down in your area? That screws up. Oh, there's too much latency issues? Oh, that screws up. Oh, your account has some sort of weird flagging issue, which does happen with some of these online-only things. I don't know. I don't like the idea of it. I have gotten a bunch of comments from people who are much more on board with the streaming future, and they've said that apparently most of the things we're worried about have been fixed already. Apparently a lot of the stuff over in China, there's like streaming only consoles over in China and stuff. And apparently they work pretty dang well. So I'm not even worried about data caps. I'm just worried about it not being as good as a console experience.
Yeah, okay. That's just one thing where it's just like that whole like sitting down and just experiencing a game is just so right. Just because like when they showed the concept of like, all right, you're watching a video about Assassin's Creed Odyssey and you can just play the game right there. It's just like, what? Like, I'm just going to sit there and play the game for like 5 minutes or something? No, you're going to sit there and you're going to just sit there and play the game. And it's just like, I just don't know if it's just like, damn, I feel like I'm watching a video on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm just going to sit here for 4 hours and play the game immediately. It's just like, it's one of those things where you have to think, it's just like, all right, I want to sit down and I want to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's never one of those things where it's just like, all right, play, and then immediately start playing it. And you know what? It's just not, I just don't feel like, it's like people have that mentality a lot. You just want to sit down and play a game. And it's just like, what? Do you also have to bring a controller with you to use it on your phone? You have to do all this stuff. You have to be in like an area with enough internet connection. There's just so much stuff where like there's more stuff that doesn't make much sense.
It needs to be more planned out than spur of the moment like they want it to be.
Well, yeah, because they want it to be spur of the moment, but you have to bring a controller with you places. Yeah.
So the thing about the spur of the moment thing, isn't that the perfect ideology of traditional mobile gaming, like Candy Crush Saga and shit like that? Like that is a game that would benefit from something like that. You watch some little kid play Candy Crush and you're like, oh, this match 3 puzzle game looks fun. Yeah, I'll play this for 5 minutes. You're not going to do that with major AAA titles and stuff like that. Like it's a disconnect, I feel.
Okay. Yeah, and the game lineup itself that they showed just did not impress me at all. Like, it's just like a lot of the games they showed were just, you know, older titles that are already out, stuff like Mortal Kombat, the Tomb Raider trilogy.
What else Doom Eternal on your cell phone?
Can't wait to play that with input latency through the roof. That'd be great.
Yeah, and the one game that they really showed outside of, there was another one like that, kind of that dark, scary kind of looking game, I guess is supposed to be the idea. But Baldur's Gate 3 is on PC as well. Like it's
yeah, so it's just like they didn't show any exclusives or any exclusives worth a damn. Like maybe like those indie games that they showed after Baldur's Gate 3 might have been exclusive. I don't know. I doubt it. But
you can't even tell me the names of them. Neither. I can't even remember. Yeah, so
it was like, there was like one where people were moving furniture and stuff, and I'm like, sold.
Get racked or get something. I do want to add though. I made a video about this too. Like, can you trust Google? Google allows people to abuse our system. We all deal with it, right? Google just allowing people, like random people. Imagine the type of power that a Ubisoft, or if there's any type of issues, imagine the type of power they have over digital rights. Seriously, let's just be real here. They allow just bums, anybody, these copyright companies that are claiming Nintendo's music, these fraud companies that just abuse their system. Ubisoft and all these multi-millionaires, some of them billionaires, maybe, I don't know. So they're going to allow them to abuse this system when it comes to issues with downloading. Like, let's just, or streaming or whatever the case is. They're going to allow them to do whatever they want. So think about that too when it comes to Stadia, like in terms of how much you actually own of this game or not. Right. It's already bad with Google and YouTube. Imagine what these Ubisoft and Activision and all these people can do with the type of power they're going to have. They're damn near, I think they're going to pretty much own this. They own Stadia, not Google. These third-party developers and publishers, they own Stadia.
We're going to move over to, we got Square on deck, Square Enix. Let me say, welcome to Dark Type, new member. While I transition over, Evan, if you want to get a Discord question ready, I want to ask very quickly, Scott, what your take is on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
I know where this is going.
I like it. It's very nice. It's very it fits my hands very well. It's not the Joy-Con. I like it.
See? Okay, and when did you get your Pro controller?
I got it. Oh man, this is like, where were you when this happened? I was it was March 3rd, 2017.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
so the day it came out. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when it came in the mail, I opened it up and I was just like, nice, I don't have to use the Joy-Con anymore.
So
cool.
Would you say that the Pro controller is like the accessory to buy for the Switch?
Well, you can buy those like battery packs for the Joy-Con. What else can you buy? You can buy
Sean, what else have you bought other than the Pro controller? Let's see what his line of Switch accessories are.
Okay. You know what? And you cannot blame me for not buying one this week because I had car trouble. My car has been parked since Sunday.
The Stinky Mobile, yes, you've told
the Stinky Mobile was parked. So I went to my I'm gonna tell a story now.
All right.
I went to my new webcam.
I bought that before. The car broke down. I bought it. I bought it Saturday after the SpawnCast.
Does Scott know that you've been using the dog face Joy-Con controllers for the last 2+ years?
I could tell his hands look incredibly rough and depressing.
My hands are small, I know, but
like a claw hand.
They are mine.
I could tell they've been through some terrible times in the past 2 years.
I went to my grandma's house and my oil light came on and I'm like, all right, whatever. I just need to throw some oil in there. And I looked under the car, like when I got there or when I was about to leave, I was like, man, it's dripping kind of bad. So I'm driving home and the oil light comes on again. And then a second oil light came on and I'm like, I've never seen this before. So I pull into a gas station, like right near my house. And I look under the car and it's like drip, 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 like a faucet is on. And I'm like, holy shit. So I grab a quart of oil. I drive home and I just park it. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about it today. I'm not going to worry about it Monday. Because Monday I had to like film the Sega video and all this stuff. I was like, that has to be ready for Tuesday morning. I can't deal with it today. So my uncle actually came over because I told my grandma I was having car problems and I couldn't go get a pack of smokes. So she made my uncle go buy me a pack of cigarettes and bring it to me after he got off work. It was like, yo, I got a neighbor who's like a mechanic handyman. He can come look at it. I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. He'll come over Tuesday. So he came over Tuesday. He looked at it. He took some shit apart. There was a cracked oil seal that was causing oil to just like pour out of the car. So I ordered the parts. He came by like Thursday or Friday, and then he came by yesterday and like a couple of the screws fell in and he didn't have a small enough magnet. But then he came back today and he didn't even tell me he was here. Like I just got a text that said, come outside and crank her up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So he was out there working on the car, and now it works fine. We ran it for like 30 minutes. I drove it around. The leaks.
Yeah, you didn't have to get a different car, right? You have to go.
Yeah, no. So now I might actually treat myself to a Pro controller.
So these car problems cost you exactly $69.99 MSRP. So you couldn't afford a Pro controller this week.
There were a little bit more. I had to buy the parts, and then. But the best part was I actually had, because he came by Wednesday. And I was like, hey, can you pick me up a pack of smokes on your way over here? So the mechanic man brought me smokes as well.
Can you pick me up a pack of smokes? I'm not buying a Pro controller this week, so
can you pick me up a Pro controller too, please? Thank you.
I'll take some cancer, please. Just go ahead and do that.
Dude, I was having to like ration them off because like I was nervous. I was like, well, what if my car is like not fixed for 2 weeks? So I would like smoke a half and like put it out and then like go finish the half, and like the half was just so gross tasting and stuff.
How far is your like closest like convenience store or like gas station for you to go buy cigarettes? Can you just
I mean,
not walk?
I mean, I could, but I was gonna Uber. But see, I came over
to the gas station.
You just got to train Ricky to do it for you, man.
No, I had my cousin come over yesterday, and she brought it because her kids wanted to see the game room because they're all big into games and shit. I was like, yeah, come over. So she came over, and they're sitting there like playing on the basketball hoop and shit. I'm like, yo, come borrow your keys, and I gotta run some errands here. And she's like, oh yeah. So I ran to Walgreens and bought like 3 bottles of 3 2-liters of 7-Up, 80 pizza rolls, like ice cream, 3 boxes of cereal. Because I didn't know if the car was gonna get fixed today or not. And it's E3, so I got to stock up on supplies and shit.
That is like the most like bachelor live by yourself like ever.
You're not wrong,
bro. This is somebody said that this is what we call kind of ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
This is kind of a ghetto story.
He hasn't
right
told you
here,
yet
bro.
that he warms up the pizza rolls in his hands.
Leave them out in the sun.
Ratchet.
What people in the chat don't realize, Sean, is that your videos could be like 40 minutes long. Like they don't even realize it.
People complain about my videos. I'm like, yo, you should see like the uncut shit.
Yes,
like,
I've seen Sean in person. He'll drop an hour-long video on you without thinking about it. But hey, good to hear you can get a Pro Controller now.
You better have by next week.
Yeah.
You have 1 week.
I think that could be due. Wait.
Oh, there we go.
Quarterly taxes are due.
I already paid my quarterly taxes.
You gotta pay them again by June 15th, buddy.
I just paid. I already sent it in.
Oh, I haven't done mine.
Anyway, let's go. Evan,
Your tax information's on the floor.
Evan, you want to hit us with a Discord question?
Do you think Mac will ever get proper gaming support like Linux and Windows?
Nope.
No. Wait, one more time. I couldn't hear you.
I'm using one right now. I should know.
I was going to say.
I'm one of those. I'm just one of those guys.
Hey, I'm with you.
Big iMac up, and I was like,
I'm with you, Scott.
Because I edit videos on it. I love Final Cut Pro. And I like Mac OS. Mac OS is pretty decent just to browse on and like type stuff on. It's great.
You have me until Final Cut.
You're getting that Mac Pro then, right?
Well, I mean, I'll get the stand. I'll get the stand.
Stand's a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, probably not though. Scott's like our expert here right now.
On Macs?
I think anyone that's owned a Mac.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
I got a Mac.
I'm gonna be real with you, Scott. You're the only one here that's owned a Mac probably in their life.
I have a Mac right behind me.
Nobody else on the podcast.
No one else here.
I had a Mac in college. I had a Mac in college, and that was it. And I used it a little bit when I first
college
started
computers.
Yeah, I had a little Mac in college. And then also when I first started I used to edit on a Mac. Ooh, it was it was funny back then. So yeah,
what's the big deal? I love editing on this thing.
I think I would edit on anything else. I can't. I don't like editing on PC.
I had a Mac.
What, from McDonald's?
No, there's a story. So let me tell the Mac story real quick. So I have this terrible laptop over here that I still have. I've had this thing for like 7 years now. It's an Acer, absolute piece of shit. One night, like I used to live really grody and like I hate cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've gotten a lot better. Like my new place has been clean this entire time, but maybe in part to my grandma. But
couldn't see anything about the lamps anyway.
So like I used to leave, like I would like in the middle of the night, I'd get up and get a soda and just leave the can next to the bed. I had this chick staying over. She had to leave early in the morning, and it was like 6 a.m. I heard her kick something over, and she was like, "Oh, I kicked over your soda." I was like, "Oh, did it get on the computer?" She's like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "Oh, okay." And like I remember looking, and it looked fine. So when I actually woke up that morning, I picked up the laptop off the ground and the whole bottom of it was soaked. And I'm like, holy shit. And this was when like RGT was like first starting out and it was actually starting to like do good. And so I started freaking out and I'm like, I can't afford another computer right now, blah, blah, blah. So I called my dad and I was like, yo, can you front me a computer and I'll pay you back? And he was like, yeah, what kind of computer do you want? I was like, you know what? I hear Macs are really good. I want to get a Mac. And he was like, okay. And so the Macs were on sale at Best Buy. So he ended up buying me one to help me out. And I was like, yeah, I'll pay you back or whatever. And then that computer that was completely soaked in Diet Dr. Pepper never died.
Really? Wow.
Never died. Still to this day.
What happened to the Mac?
I used it like 4 times and then I sold it.
Now that is a Sean story.
All right. All right. I promise this is a video game podcast.
I spilled milk on a MacBook once. That was fun.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah. I soaked it in rice? I was about to say beans, but no, it was rice.
Yeah, I just got my kidney beans out through my Mac and
Yeah.
soaked it overnight.
Well, I heard like the thing where it's just like, oh, if you get your device wet or something, then just throw it in a bag full of rice or something. So I just took a bunch of rice and poured it all over the keyboard, since that's where I poured the milk on, and that wasn't a good idea. Like I took it to the Apple store and they cracked it open. There's rice in this keyboard, dude. What's going on?
My laptop was hungry. I tried to feed it.
Yeah, got
We had a
milk
Panda
and rice
Express
there.
party. Didn't
It
go
was
over
so
well.
good.
Oh man. Evan, you have another Discord question for us?
Nintendo said several games will be playable on the show floor at E3. What game do you think will be the "and more" in quotes?
Did they already say Astral Chain was playable?
I figured it'd be Pikmin 3 or maybe a 2D Metroid.
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yes.
Remember this game?
DLC.
Please buy it.
It could even be DLC for a game. If they have,
The Cuphead DLC only showable on the Nintendo floor.
Astral Chain has to be there. I mean, it comes out in August.
Is Arms dead?
Yes.
yeah.
Let's say they could do more with Arms, but
Arms is dead.
never played it. I just know it's dead.
They already finished doing content for a while now.
They'll do Mario and Sonic, the new Mario and Sonic game. I think they
that's gonna
confirmed
be-
that'll be. Yeah.
That's
And I
its
feel
thing
like
is-
there might be a demo station there at Nintendo, maybe. I don't know, but that could be that game is totally deserving of the "and more" title. So
I don't know what else they could. Like I said,
I think it's unannounced stuff.
Fire
That's why they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Some of it could be, not all.
I'm gonna say probably that lame Pikmin 3 port.
What do we think of this Animal Crossing stuff?
What about it?
The-
Oh, do you think it's gonna be delayed?
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's having me nervous, man.
Ooh, how about all right? You know what? We'll go into that instead of Square next since we're bringing it up. Okay, let me run through some of these super chats. We'll jump into that. What were you saying, Max?
Just real quick, I want to say Square Enix is going to be awesome. They better show us like 20 minutes of Final Fantasy VII Remake, or I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah,
Okay,
because Sean told us all about his car and like his Mac and everything.
Sorry.
He ate up all the time I could have been hyped. I'm just saying, I want that game now.
I mean, none of us have anywhere to be, but Scott's a busy guy right now, so I'm not trying to keep him forever.
what are you talking about? I have Chrome open. I got that's all that's going on right now, man. Honestly.
Let's get through some of the super chats, then we'll work into Nintendo so we can talk a bit about that one. It's actually we don't have Sony to talk about, so it actually helps too for the time. John Strout, no message. Ethan says, "Is that John Tron?" with a question mark.
Ha!
That
Hilarious.
I do love that meme. I'll admit it.
Dave Buford, no message. Jeremiah says, "I just want to say, here, get ready for this, Jordan. Time Splitters over SpongeBob."
I saw that super chat coming earlier, and listen, I get it. There's a lot more Time Splitters fans on here, but listen, I want to fit the demographic, that 1% that's here for SpongeBob.
Okay, fair enough. If Time Splitters gets announced, though, by the way, I'll just forget about SpongeBob completely.
I know you will, but it's fine.
Wow.
I'll campaign every week until SpongeBob. I will do what I did with Spyro last year. Damn it, with SpongeBob, I will become a SpongeBob channel and not stop talking about it.
I'll still check out SpongeBob. but-
It's only $30. I mean, I'm going to check it for $30. I'll check it out.
I'm glad it's coming to the Switch. I think it's gonna be great. That's awesome.
Andy Ackerman says, "I'll forgive you this time, Dreamcast guy," for the chat stuff. I think.
Oh, good. Yeah, I appreciate. I love you, Andy Ackerman. Seriously, that guy always makes so many great donations and so many great comments. So huge shout out to him.
Most of the times at my expense.
Yeah, it's because you suck. Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Jorge asks, "This is an interesting one. Which AAA title would you like to see change genre? Which big game, I guess, well-known big game, would you like to see change genre?" That's interesting.
I mean, we've already seen Darksiders do it, technically.
Call of Duty to an RPG.
I mean, if I can make a serious guess, as somebody who's obsessed with Diablo, I would love to see a Diablo third-person action game where we actually one character, single-player focus. You get to play through a whole storyline and actually fight. I don't know. Give me Diablo Dark Souls.
I thought you were about to say Kart Racer. I was
That's
like,
an
yeah.
interesting question because we've seen stuff like back in the day, we saw Mario go from a platformer to like an RPG with Super Mario RPG. So that's an interesting question, actually.
Is it replacing the current game, Or is it a supplement to the
It's like another game. It's like another game. Just like Mario RPG is to regular Mario World.
Animal Crossing Battle Royale.
Yeah, that might actually work.
I could.
I was gonna say
think about that a little more.
that's tough.
I'll think about that one a little more.
Can we make Uncharted an actual platformer, or that would be
Shots
nice.
fired.
Can we make Kratos jump?
It would be nice if he can jump.
Hey man, God of War was legit.
Yeah.
I know it was like, outside of the fact that he forgot how to jump.
I want an F-Zero tactical RPG.
Ooh.
All right, I'll allow it. Let me go to Turkengetsu says all we need is Arlo, beat 'em ups, and Wolf Den. Well, Bob's been on here. We've had Bob. We haven't had Arlo. We've had Wood. Wood's been on here. So Arlo's the last one left. So Arlo, you can come on the podcast whenever you want. Matthew Hammond. This is for, I think, Sean, when you were talking about someone earlier, or Greg Miller was so cringe OJ had to go to Wendy's.
I mean, he was just a bit too hyped up and excited for me.
I think he was trying to make it exciting, though. I think
he was trying to make it exciting. Yeah, he was trying to. Yeah.
I do love that clip. The one clip people kept cycling around is where it just showed like a solid like orange screen, and then it's like a countdown that it turns on, and Greg Miller's just like, "Oh, Greg Miller, and this is Stone." It's like, whoa, why did you start at 11?
I mean, honestly, they put him with EA, and they're like, "Can you make this exciting?" And he's probably like, "Oh."
So supposedly he wasn't supposed to actually do that. It was someone else, but they had like
it was
surgery or something.
Andrew Renee was supposed to do it, so he tested into it. No. So I mean, I don't know. I'll give him this. It's hard to make EA exciting for like.
I think he was trying. He was trying his best. I'll say that I think he was just trying his best, trying to do a good job. You know, he's getting paid for it. So.
Saul says, "I still can't believe no Madden on Switch."
Why?
I can.
How can you do it?
Sean really wanted Madden, but
I thought this was like I said, if it doesn't come this year, it's never coming. So it's never coming, kiddies.
No Madden, no Call of Duty, Sean.
Why are people?
I don't. Call of Duty doesn't bother me as much. But
Sean
Madden,
really wants Madden. Yeah.
I really want Madden on.
Is the
on
only
Switch.
thing that Activision has put out on the Switch was Skylanders at launch? Is that the only thing they've done?
No, they did.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
And Spyro soon.
Spyro soon. Yeah.
CTR in a couple.
CTR a couple weeks.
CTR is gonna be good though. CTR is gonna be fun.
That's gonna be good.
And the little purple guy is going to be in that game too.
Yep.
Only like I've been saying.
Yeah.
And now the rumors are out.
That's gonna be an interesting. That'll be an interesting part of the direct, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume that's when they're gonna announce that part too, right?
Possibly. I don't know about Spyro on the Switch because now I'm hearing the September release date. I've had a hard confirmation that it's most likely now mid-October.
Here we go. Here we go.
What?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know what. Listen, the game's done. I'll tell you this. Game's done.
Bruh, direct feed game.
Oh man,
Perfect time. We're talking about his favorite subject.
Yo, his camera's on.
The camera's on.
Nate,
Turn the light on. Turn the light. Oh,
This man pops
what are we
in.
seeing?
I'm in my car.
This shit has gone off the rails, and I love it.
2 minutes till tire skid and then nothing.
Welcome to Dan guy. What is happening?
Nate, you almost showed your face.
Are you about to be murdered, bro? You need help, man. Like, this doesn't seem good.
Do you remember there was that dude who's live streaming himself driving drunk at like 100 miles an hour? And everybody was watching the stream and trying to guess how long till he got pulled over. This sort of reminds me of that.
Nate, aren't you supposed to be like driving a date home?
No, I'm leaving her house.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
We left our house, so.
Nice.
Well, Nate, while we still have you, I actually have one Discord question for you. Are you going to go out for the role of Nathan Drake?
Who's to say I didn't already get that role?
Good question.
Are you? We were actually going to be getting into some of the Nintendo stuff, Nate, after I go through some of these super chats. But we already talked about Microsoft. I don't know if there's anything you quickly wanted to say about Microsoft.
It'll be a pretty good show tomorrow. I think we'll get some xCloud release date, maybe some Game Pass on Switch.
Oh,
This can't kill me.
Do you think Nintendo's there? Like,
Yeah.
You think? Okay, so that's. I was gonna save it for you, but yeah, Nate's prediction is that Nintendo will be on stage there basically in some way, whether they have a Switch or something. So, okay, that'll be good. That'll be good. Whatever. Oh, this is from Ryu Cat John. Whatever happened to Shin Megami Tensei 5? I think we probably end up talking about that with the Nintendo one next. Hopefully that's there though. Monkecker says, since we have seen a resurgence of kart racers, do you think it's possible that Nintendo could be working with Microsoft and Rare to release an HD remake of Diddy Kong Racing?
I don't think so.
I don't think I don't really think that's at the top of their priorities.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo would be helping with that. Like, want to do that because of Mario Kart. And plus, now we already, after Crash comes out, there's 3, I'll still include Sonic. There's 3 big current racers now on the market.
Son of a bitch.
This is a great podcast.
Quality podcast.
It's like a PE podcast.
This is a cast on the road.
Yeah,
See, this is why Stadia won't work.
Yeah, this is the Google Stadia of podcasts now.
Yeah. The Fifth says, you guys are being too negative. They're calling CNET on us.
Oh my god. I am so done dealing with CNET.
That's your territory, Jordan.
Hey man, we got free promotion for our Games versus Food channel. Okay. That's cool.
Vanilla Soup says they have a deluxe edition for pre-order, so customization maybe. I'm not really sure what that was for.
Yep.
Deluxe edition for pre-order, so customization maybe.
They're talking about Star Wars.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, very good. I wonder what it comes with that then.
I can look it up.
Okay, Super Luigi 64, no message. Miguel says, Scott, you're my favorite YouTuber. Keep being awesome.
Wow. Thank you. That means a lot. I have nothing else to say to that except for thank you.
Just know Miguel's with you. All right. Vaughn Henry says, what's up, John, OJ, and the rest of the guys? EA doing scummy things and being lazy with the Switch? You don't say. Yeah, that's about right. Roberto says, hey guys, any Earthbound news? No,
no
there was that thing on Twitter where they were teasing. There was some, I don't know how they came to this conclusion with Jeff Keighley and Reggie. Reggie doesn't work at Nintendo anymore. Like we know this, right?
Wait, what?
There was like a tease about Mother or something, and it got basically he was talking about Shaft, like the movie or whatever, and
Movie Wave,
and said Mother, and then Jeff says, he said Mother, and then like a 500 post reset era thread was made. So yes.
Nice.
I just think you're asking for trouble. Asking, is there any Earthbound news?
Okay, Scott, when you think Mother 3 ever gets brought over?
Not this year. Like, it'll eventually. I'm pretty sure when I'm in a retirement home, maybe. But I don't think it's gonna happen this year, especially because the only old school games they have on Switch are NES games. So as in like Nintendo release stuff. So if they don't have like a GBA virtual console, or they're not like looking to fully remake or like put all the Earthbound games in like a trilogy, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
They could take Mother 3, put it on a cartridge, and sell for $40 on a cart, and people would eat that up probably online.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't really see Nintendo doing that. Just like putting a GBA game like out like that. I just don't see that happening. They're not going to remake it.
Yeah. Miguel says, RGT, what happened to your book?
It's still coming along. I mean, it's pretty much done. Like, it's out of my hands. I have everything written. I have all the screenshots, advertisements. I'm just waiting for my editor to piece everything together and make it look as nice as possible. We're hoping to have everything done by the end of this month, actually.
Okay, very good. EA, Sokar is making fun of EA for saying no matter what time of the year, why wait? Then Nintendo doesn't need EA. That's from Leo. Did you see the Xbox? This is from Doodle. Bob saying, did you see the Xbox tweet spelling out Scarlet? Apparently, they were putting out tweets at the top. They had numbers, and when you put them into the RGB calculator, it came up with Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
So it does appear that will be there. Kitsune says, Nico confirmed Nintendo Direct between 40 to 45 minutes. Yeah, we talked about that. That'll be good. That's about as long as last year, but they don't seem to have a primary focus on the direct, so we won't have.
Yeah, they do. It's the next Smash Brothers character. It's gonna be like 40 minutes of a Smash Brothers character. It's gonna be
Bring
the
it
best.
out. Bring it on. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Give me Animal Crossing.
They're just gonna show Animal Crossing at like 50% speed for 40 minutes.
Well,
Yo, I'm down.
the Joker reveal, like when they were talking about version 3.0 or something, that was like 20 minutes long. So they can do anything. I'm super excited.
They just dropped that out of nowhere too, so that was awesome.
Yeah. Jack says NAC 3 announcement? ?
Sony ain't there, so.
Julian says predictions when Sony will do conference after E3, so they'll do their own state of play, I assume. Ooh, maybe in August. I think it'll be a little while, to be honest with Sony, because I think they'll show their system during state of play or the PlayStation Experience later this year.
Yes.
I think we may get one in August. I think we may get one in August or September, but then they'll be Silent Hill PSX for sure.
Derp says, "Where is Ninjala?"
It got delayed to spring 2020. Okay. They put out a video. They said that they want to increase the quality. They're going to polish it up and they're going to make it a better game for it. So,
Andy Ackerman says, "I need to get some sleep, gents. Let Fringe talk so I can get bored enough." But seriously, gotta drive in a few hours. Good night.
I'm glad to contribute to your sleeping schedule.
Justin Harris says, "Big games announced 2018 E3 or before that isn't out yet and has no new news. Gears Tactics, Gears Pop, Dying Light 2, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones, I believe, is delayed.
They said it's not going to be at E3.
Beyond Good and Evil is not going to be at E3. The new one.
What?
Yeah.
How dare they?
Control, that's coming out.
But wait, I thought Beyond Good and Evil 2 was a Switch exclusive.
Oh man, here we go.
I'm really out of the loop.
And then Bayonetta. I assume Bayonetta 3 might be though, just to be shown somewhat. So we'll see.
I don't know. I think the big platinum thing they want to focus on is Astral Chain, and I think Bayonetta 3 might overshadow Astral Chain.
That's what I say.
You think Bayonetta 3 might be in their fall holiday direct then?
Maybe.
Okay. You don't seem as confident in Bayonetta 3 being there.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like,
I think a new trailer. I think maybe we get a new trailer for the game.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like 2020 we will definitely see the game by then.
Okay,
but I don't think we're seeing it at E3.
Let me jump over now. I'll stop there for the super chats. I'll come back a little later on before we finish up. You guys want to talk a bit about Nintendo's Direct? It's supposed to be apparently 40 to 45 minutes long, and that's gonna be the last show of E3. That's it. Like once that's done, E3 is basically then you just roam the halls, play the games on the show floor, and then we'll see interviews and stuff come out probably for more information as we go along.
What are you talking about? I'm seeing on the schedule they have a game demo for Planet Zoo on June 12th.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What is Planet?
I have no idea. I just saw that on the schedule you linked.
That's probably like a roller coaster tycoon zoo game.
They keep emailing me. They're begging me to play it. Let me see.
What?
Yeah.
Please play our zoo game.
Emailing me all the time. Planet Zoo. Yeah, they were talking about it to me back in April. Planet Zoo is coming 2019. This is Frontier's latest project. You're going to be running a truly modern zoo.
A truly modern zoo.
Yeah, that's what their official thing that they sent me.
It'll have animals and cages.
I know, right? I'm not.
It's a Nintendo Direct. What are we seeing here, guys? What do you think? Where are we getting here? What we talked about Animal Crossing, right, Sean?
Yes.
Well, people are getting super pessimistic about Animal Crossing just because ever since that tweet came out where they showed all the games playable. But the thing is, Animal Crossing does not demo well. It is one of those things where, what the hell do you demo with that game on a show floor?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you can pick up apples in this game. That's pretty cool. That's about it. It's just like there's not much you can do in like 10 minutes that's gonna sell anybody in Animal Crossing. You just know, all right, it's Animal Crossing.
You're the representative trying to explain it to the person playing as well. You're basically explaining to them their life that they go home to. So like in this game, you're gonna work and then you're gonna get money and then you're gonna pay down your mortgage, only to get an extension on your house and then pay down that mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
I mean, hey, I'm sold. Only $60.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if we see less than 5 minutes of Animal Crossing total this year, which disappoints me. I want to see some, but just with how quiet they are on it, I think that they're really going to try and center it on Luigi's Mansion 3. I really think they're going to show us more Astral Chain, maybe a Bayonetta trailer, lots of Smash. They've even, people keep in chat, keep talking about how Sakurai said they're revealing the next character. And I do think that they're really going to talk a lot about the Link's Awakening. Apparently, there's the Link's Awakening demo that people are already messing with today. So
yeah, I want to see that game bad. I want to see more about that.
That's my second favorite Zelda ever.
I think they're gonna put. I think Animal Crossing is gonna be a lot of the treehouse. I think I honestly think they'll do an entire hour in the treehouse for Animal Crossing.
I hope so. I hope so.
They've done that before. I remember we were watching. Evan, what game was that we're watching? Was it Samus Returns where they kept dying on the same boss and they spent like 40 minutes on that?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. They played the first like 4 bosses in that little.
Yeah. So it's like they'll play a game for a long time in the treehouse.
Yeah. Well, Animal Crossing is very well suited for that. So I think it makes sense.
A lot of time to talk about it while you're playing it. So
we'll get a few minutes of it in the direct, being like, here's the first gameplay. It's going to show off a couple new features, what the title is, and then Treehouse will play.
Here's the real question, because this is the thing that people started freaking out about: is Animal Crossing getting delayed to 2020?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You think so?
100%. 100%. I
stop putting that into the world. You're saying
that
going to make it happen.
You keep your negativity.
I'm just guessing. Honestly, I'm not.
Call CNET.
Oh, God, yeah.
I have confidence just because, like, I don't know. I don't know.
September, damn it, September.
Scott
want to believe.
Scott and I are both just guessing. I'm guessing one way. He's guessing. It's like,
well, you're a big Animal Crossing fan, Scott?
I'm fine with it. I'm not like the biggest fan, but it's just like, you know, I like what I play. But you know, it's just one of those things where, I mean, I could imagine it coming out in like early 2020 if it gets delayed, but you know, I just feel like people are kind of freaking out because of that. I just started seeing people freak out because of that Twitter post that they made where they said, here are the games that are playable. And people are like, where's Animal Crossing? It's just like, well, they don't even have like an official logo for it yet. So it's just like,
we don't even know what's called.
And they haven't even technically announced like the full Animal Crossing game. Like they just said Animal Crossing is coming. So it'd just be, I don't know, it'd just be weird to just throw up an Animal Crossing logo on there when you have all these other finalized logos. But, you know.
Amiibo Festival 2.
Dude, I'd be so down.
Let's get the amiibos back out.
Yeah. I don't see why it would be delayed, considering how long it's been. I mean,
it's
like
New Leaf, right?
Yeah,
but this is the first one on a console in over a decade.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal, but I don't think they're going to be going for like bleeding edge graphics or anything like that.
No,
so we already got a scheduling thing because they have a lot of stuff coming out this year, like at the end of the year. So it just might be like they just don't want to overpack it.
You can do September can be Animal Crossing, October could be Luigi's Mansion, November Pokemon, and then December is Link's Awakening.
Breaking news! So we got an update on the legacy mode for Switch, but it ties in because we're talking about Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's going to be. This is according to Europe. It's going to be $10 less, $10 less than the PS4 version, according to Aaron McHardy, who is the executive for this. You're going to get a fresh new look in the Switch with kits and player lists and all that, but you're not getting any of the Volta features or any of the new big features. And when they asked why, I wouldn't say it's the end of parity necessarily for Switch. We don't know what the future holds. We are always trying to build the Switch to the device and make it the best we can given the power that's on the device that's given to us. And I think that philosophy will stay true. Where it goes in the future, we don't know. So basically, go fuck yourself.
That's the best $10 I'll ever save.
They're talking about how EA explained how penalties and free kicks have changed for FIFA 2020. Those features will not be in the Nintendo Switch version of the game.
Wow, man. That's rough, dude.
It's a piece of shit. Just buy FIFA 19.
Oh man. Yeah. So the one thing that we did hear a lot about. So OG, I think he laid out a pretty good release schedule that they could go with there. But one thing that Nate has said quite a bit, and I've heard other people talk about, and I think as well, is there's probably going to be a good bit of third-party support here. Like I think we actually know most of the Nintendo games already. Minus maybe one or two that they'll drop, but I think there's gonna be a lot of third-party games shown here. Yeah, one of them that is like it's barely a rumor anymore. Like people can't make it to Tuesday. I guess like Witcher 3 is rumored so heavily right now to the point where the Geralt's own voice actor is like, "Wow, it would be crazy if it showed up on the Switch, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
wouldn't that be crazy? Wow, I don't know what to do with that." It's like, oh, come on.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't care how it works. I don't care what the graphics look like. I love Witcher 3. I think it may be one of the in the top 5 best games ever made. I want to see that on Switch so bad.
There's
the moan of Nate.
Nate
Combat sucks.
Nate doesn't like the combat in the game.
Oh,
It's slow. I love the setting. I love the story. I love everything about Witcher 3 but the combat.
Combat was fine for me, but I guess it's individual.
Did you play it on PC, Evan?
Oh yeah.
I think that's why you might have it better.
I played it on PS4 and I had no issues on it. A couple times where you had to do story specific things, I had problems where like you had to burn bodies, you had to have particular like, sigils set up. That's the only time I had a little bit of trouble with it.
the problem is it's tough to tell third parties when it comes to this. Like we can kind of think like, oh, maybe like Nier would get moved over. That's one that we were kind of kicking around. We saw like yeah, it's fine. Like Nino Kuni got leaked. I'm trying to think of like if I'm allowed to say that. That one got leaked for the Switch, which is an awesome game, and everyone should get it if you have not.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in trying it out on Switch, just because it's such a beautiful game. Even though
you guys told me it was better than the second one, which
it is. It is great. Wait,
Wait, hold on. This game is grindy, bro. It's an RPG.
It looks pretty. That's why I'm interested in it. That's literally the only reason.
Graphics only matter.
Wait, has anyone played? Wait, hold on. Has everyone here played Nino Kuni or no?
I played the first one.
I've beaten Nino Kuni 1 and 2. For the people who are about to beat or start playing Nino Kuni 1, a serious piece of advice: don't do all the side quests. You will burn yourself out because there is like 200 hours side quests in that game. You will get tired. So
I like that game a lot.
Yeah,
I've never played it.
Oh,
I will just buy it so it's on my Switch home screen. And that'll be good enough for me.
Sean, you know what you should do? You need to buy a Pro Controller and just never open it. Always leave it behind you. For some reason, you're not saying that.
That's perfect. I'm going to do that now. And I'm never going to use it. And I'm going to make sure that the sticker is on there. And every week I'll show you the sticker. Perfect. Now you've sold me on it. That's all you had to do.
Yeah. No, you should check out Nino Kuni, Scott. I actually like the game a lot.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
It has like a whole like
game and people
aspect to it.
Things. Yeah,
it's kind of like Pokemon, strangely. Yeah. But
it ain't no Grandia 2, but I mean,
yeah. Some of the Grandia 1 and that's true. 1 and 2 will be there, like the remasters of those, or the remaster of those. That'll be cool.
What isn't getting a remaster?
Everything is getting remastered. I don't know.
Xeno Saga.
Yeah, Nier. I would like to see Nier get moved over. I think that's a good one. I'm thinking Western third-party stuff too.
Oh, what about the collection of mana that got leaked?
Oh yeah, there was a trademark found for that, and it does look like. I think that's going to happen, and that's gonna be pretty cool when that does
That's
happen.
way better than the PS4 remake. So
but that's gonna be the first time if it gets announced that Square would have localized Secret of Mana 2 or Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yeah, that's super big. I just
What?
I think he's getting out of his car.
And Nate's phoning home real quick.
That needs to be a physical cartridge though. They got to put that on a cartridge.
It's physical in Japan, so
they shouldn't be applauded. They shouldn't be applauded. I'm just gonna say that they should not be. I mean, I'm gonna get it, but they should not be. Like this is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that it takes them this long for an old because they're too stubborn to want to pay for it themselves and not use the fan translation. That's the perfectly good fan translation that's been out there forever. That's really what's going. I think
Oh my god, Nate. Oh.
Yeah, they could have just used the fan translation. I don't know. Maybe there's something like they're concerned with legal reasons or something.
Well, So they already, the people who made the fan translation already said, you guys can use it. We do not care. We'll sign over whatever paper. And Square Enix knows this, and they're still just like, So it will be interesting to see if they actually did it themselves or actually use the fan translation for it.
What about like some DLC for like Mario Odyssey or something?
I hope. I would love to have new worlds to go.
Sunshine DLC.
No,
nobody wants Sunshine.
I want Sunshine.
If there was actual DLC coming, it would have come by now. They're working on a sequel. They gotta be. And I think that would come out next year.
What if they announce that they're remaking or remastering Galaxy 1 and 2 as a double pack?
Sold.
Yeah, that'd be. I'd rather get Sunshine just because that game has much more problems, and it's only playable on the GameCube. And it's
how would they get around the
flood pack?
Yeah, how would they get around with that?
I don't know. You can just shake your I don't know. I don't know. They'll find something.
They'll figure it out.
If they can resell us Mario Sunshine, they will. So it's just
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, if we haven't seen GameCube games come to the Switch through like the subscription service, virtual console, I was wondering if they would go back and just start remaking them and releasing them.
I think they would probably. They're so stupid for not doing that. It's just like that is a hot thing right now. Is GameCube nostalgia. And it's just like those games are so damn expensive to buy physically. You can't find them anymore. So it's just like having all these GameCube games available on Switch, they would literally make so much money. And they're just like, oh, here's volleyball. It's just like,
yeah, that's like when I go to too many games, I'm going to look for GameCube stuff. And I know it's going to be like $50 a pop for the good ones.
Yeah, I'll look for volleyball on NES and City Connection.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I think if I had to get a game that I really want, that's probably not gonna be there. It's probably Mario Strikers.
Yeah, I do have it, so
that. How much is that on the GameCube now?
Probably like 20-30.
That's not too bad. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, that's what I want, but I think that's next level, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
which they're also working on Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't think that's confirmed, but they're definitely doing it.
Yeah, because they ruined Mario Strikers on the Wii, so I want them to go back to like old school Mario Strikers.
Yeah, a lot of people would consider they ruined Luigi's Mansion with 2. A lot of people aren't into that, and I'm a little worried for 3 because there are some concerning things with it where it's just like it does seem to be bringing a lot of stuff back from 2, but the fact that it may be a little more open, it may be like, oh, you're exploring this one mansion because it seems like you're exploring this one big hotel.
I've seen some people concerned with the art style for 3.
Yeah, it looks like an up-res 3DS game.
I've seen some
that's
people
a major problem.
Like some people are saying it looked a little too bright, looked like less like scary kind of.
Yeah, it's just like, well, Luigi's Mansion isn't scary, but you need it to be a lot darker, and you need it to be like, I don't know, like family-friendly haunted house.
Yes.
And it's just like that makes it a lot more like you need to make it darker. You need to make it a little more gritty. You know.
It could look different when we see it. It's possible,
Yeah, hopefully, but it's just like I'm not holding my breath. I think it'll be fine, but it's just like from what I've seen, it looks okay, but it's not as like good looking as I think they could have made it.
But to be fair, when the original Luigi's Mansion came out, people shat on that game.
Yeah,
reviewers shat on it, and in retrospect, it's gotten a lot of attention and a lot of love. But when that game first came out, people were like, "Oh, this is dumb. It's too short. It's not that good of a game. It looks good, but
people were mad because Mario wasn't in it." Like that was a launch game for a Nintendo platform, and Mario wasn't in it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was also a technical showcase for the GameCube back then. And now we come back to Luigi's Mansion 3, and that it's just kind of like it looks okay, but like that's kind of why I want the graphics to be upped a lot on that game.
Back then, people were looking for like Mario 60. Like it was like, well, what's Mario 60 128 or whatever?
There's Luigi just farting around with a flashlight in some motel.
I'll tell you exactly what me and my boys said. Like when we saw it, and we were just like, what the beep is this? that's what we said. What the Luigi's beep? But what I'm like? We were like, no way. Like this is stupid. That's not what we said. But I ended up playing. I was like, oh, this is dope.
So do we see? You guys think we see Bethesda show up with like a Fallout here?
On Switch, or
I think
on Switch.
See, I think the Western stuff is going to be the most interesting, and especially more so to the fact that Mortal Kombat 11 was the #1 selling game for the Switch. In what month was that?
The month came out April.
Yeah, April. Like that to me is a very fucking big deal because it's a mature game and it's a third-party game. You don't see shit like that. So, hopefully other third-party companies were anticipating something like this happening. And I'm just interested to see. And I know people say, "Oh, well,
sorry, I love that game."
No, people say shit like, "Oh, this game's already out." Fuck off. This game's already out on the PS4 or Xbox One. It looks better, and it's like that's part of the cool thing I like.
You have a Q-tip in your hand.
Yeah.
Why is the SpawnCast airing behind you?
Because man, it's Spawnception.
Wait, did that Q-tip come out of your mouth when you coughed? What the hell did that?
Yes.
No, it was on the table, it was on the desk, and
I
then
want to stop smoking, bro. I'm just like,
no, I was like I had to spit, like there was a lot of
Yeah, he
saliva in my
swallowed wrong.
mouth. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that though. What the fuck was I saying? So, anyways, I just find it interesting to see how like versions of the game stack up against like the PS4 and the Xbox One. Like Doom. Doom was fascinating to me because I loved the PS4 version so much. Played it to death, beat it, played the online multiplayer, loved it, and then it came over to the Switch, and it's like, oh, this is cool to compare and contrast. So, I don't necessarily mind when it's older games for Western games because that's just how it's always been. If you've owned a Nintendo console. Or in the past recent Nintendo consoles, you're usually getting older ports of stuff. But I think it'll be interesting to say.
I'm going to predict there will be no major new announcements from Bethesda regarding Switch. It's just going to be the stuff they already announced, like Wolfenstein Youngblood and Doom Eternal. Mm-hmm. They might do like some smaller stuff. Like they announced Fallout Shelter for Switch last year. Mm-hmm. I think we might get like a new announcement like that for Switch. But I think I'm just going to make the prediction based on nothing that they're not going to make any like new announcements like Fallout 3 or 4 coming to Switch.
They're gonna make an announcement. Right, Sean?
If what I was told was true, and I'm pretty sure it is true based on subsequent things and reactions that unfortunately happen to certain individuals, Bethesda's going to have a very interesting E3.
Sean got in trouble.
I didn't get in trouble, but I kind of got someone else in trouble.
Yeah, you were pretty keen on getting them in trouble.
I didn't want to get him in trouble.
That man got fired.
No, he didn't. I talked to him. Everything is cool. Everything's cool. I uploaded a video and then based on some information, and then some things happened. So I just took down the. Shut up! I just took down the video because I didn't want the dude to lose his job or anything like that. It was partially my fault. I fucked up by being a bit too specific, but I wanted to give backstory as to why this individual would have the information. I didn't want to come out there and be like, yeah, so some random motherfucker is just like whoopity doo. Here's Bethesda's presser.
You put that poor guy in a death loop.
He is fine. We are good. I talked to him. Everything is cool. But yeah, Bethesda's pressers. There's one game. They did a trademark for a game called Deathloop back in December of 2018, and that's going to be there. That's probably going to be the most exciting thing you're going to see there, but nobody knows what that game is.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, so a lot of us have been hearing rumors and stuff about some sort of Fallout coming to Switch. I think that'll probably happen in a year or so. I was watching that Todd Howard interview, and it sounds like Todd Howard, they're going to put Fallout in the closet for a while. It sounds like they're going to leave Fallout behind until they're done with Starfield. So it sounds like everything is focusing on Starfield and getting that done, and then they're going to focus everything on Elder Scrolls 6, and then they're going to go back to Fallout. So I think we probably won't even see or hear Fallout for a while.
It needs a little bit of a break anyway. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Take a little bit of a break.
Okay, cool. Any other comments on Nintendo's E3 conference? That's Tuesday. Before we go through super chats and some Discord questions before we finish up.
Disappointment.
God.
Really?
Right on time.
I think it's going to be disappointing. People expecting Nintendo to come in and be like, oh, look at all these big new announcements we have. We're going to show these games from 2020. Are going to be disappointed. I think Nintendo's just going to walk out and be like, hey, Fire Emblem's coming out in a month. Here's some more on that. Here's some Astral Chain. Here's some Zelda. Here's a little bit of like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. Here's a random eShop game. Bye. Like, well, that sucked.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think the Smash character on Tuesday would be enough to save how people are like, oh, this announcement saved the Direct for them?
I don't think a Smash character can save Nintendo's E3 is going to be good if you're just looking for updates, and it's going to be saved by third parties. Nintendo itself is going to disappoint people. It's going to be all the companies involved that make Nintendo have a good E3.
Well, what if we didn't know about Animal Crossing yet? Do you think that would work? Like if we didn't know about Animal Crossing, they were going to announce it at E3.
But you don't know about Animal Crossing.
I think the problem with Animal Crossing is that it's been announced, and now the suspicion is, well, if it isn't 2019 and it gets delayed to 2020, and that's what people are afraid of going into this Direct. And there's a good chance Nintendo may not even date it in the Direct. And then people are just going to be worried longer. They don't have to give a release date for this year at E3.
I'm confused what people are looking for then. Are they looking for actual content that we're going to be able to play, or are they looking for announcements that we'll never be able to play games? Because like I know people get hyped for announcements on things, but let's be real. I think there's a growing number of people that are like, screw these announcements that come like Shenmue, and then we get the game 5 years later. Or if you look at the constantly having the same game over and over. So I do think that there is a number of people that are looking for, hey, can you tell us about a bunch of cool games that are coming out this year that we can actually play? And if they have a bunch of cool games on top of like maybe an announcement or two or something like a new announcement, I think it'll be all right.
I think the problem is that it's E3. People go into E3 with expectations of that you're going to see megatons, you're going to get these big announcements, and what we have to treat Nintendo's E3 Directs as are June Directs, because that's what they are. They're just June Directs. Don't treat it any differently than a February or a September Direct. You're going to get updates on games that are already announced. You'll get one or two new announcements, probably for 2019 games. And that's it. Nintendo doesn't use E3 anymore to highlight next year's releases. That time is done. And if you just go into E3 like, oh, we're going to get the updates on Luigi's Mansion, Fire Emblem, Astral Chain, Animal Crossing, it's going to, it'll be an okay show. It's just that E3 raises those expectations and people want to see people have been conditioned
to think, though, right? At this point, people have been kind of, because like it's been 2017, 2018, now this one 2019. They haven't really had anything. They've always focused on the games that are coming out. So I mean, if people are expecting something different, then I guess that might be on them then, because it's been like that for a while.
If we look at Nintendo's E3s with the Switch, they've kind of focused very narrowly on what's coming right around the corner, and then they kind of tease something. I mean, people say, "Oh, look, they had Fire Emblem last year." Yeah, but Fire Emblem was supposed to come out a long time ago.
It was supposed to come out last year, last spring. It was supposed to come out.
And then it gets delayed. So it wasn't like they were showing it because it was a 2019 game. It was supposed to be in 2018. So it's kind of like they're not going to show a lot of 2020 stuff. And it's just going to be a nice update of what we know, which is a fine show. But it's just going to lack that pizzazz that you expect from E3. Like Microsoft is going to come out with, next-gen hardware for next year, and that's what's going to excite people. What Nintendo is going to rely on to excite people with this Direct is third-party software.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd be fine with just updates and maybe two new game reveals, maybe 3, and I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, there you go. See, get Mega Man X9 in there. You announce Scalebound. We're rolling, Yeah.
I'm going to address the chat because these people seem confused. The guy's saying, "Who am I speaking for?" They're asking my prediction, so I'm speaking for myself. What don't you? I don't care if you think I am wrong. It's my opinion. What don't you get about this? When you listen to the radio and talk radio, the guy gives his opinion. I don't understand.
I'm sorry. Did you say radio? Did you say radio?
He not even said radio. He said talk radio.
Oh, he listens to the AM channels.
Damn right. They got good sports talk.
Which team are you listening to it for?
I listen to it for the Yankees.
You just admitted that publicly.
Yes, I like the Yankees.
I don't know anything about sports. I just know that people don't like the Yankees. That's for Nate.
I think you have a very calm and fun police look at it, Nate. So.
Somebody call CNET, damn it.
All I know is that when it hits 1 p.m. on Tuesday, all the people sitting there hyping up this Direct, and when it disappoints, they can't go to Twitter and Reset Era and Reddit and bitch about it. Don't sit there and say, "Where's Metroid Prime 4? Which Metroid Prime Trilogy? Where's Mother 3? Where's that game that makes my life good?"
Wow.
It's gonna happen.
Hey, how did the date go tonight? Is this indicative of the date? Are we good there?
No, this is the complete opposite.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, let me.
Nice.
How many Discord questions do we have left, Evan?
Just the one.
Okay. Why don't you give us that one, and then we'll go through some of the super chats quickly, and then we'll finish up.
All right. Do you think Nintendo will release a starter edition for Super Mario Maker 2 later after the game launches, including something like an idea book and other such things, similar to how Europe's getting the stylus? But I mean, they just announced another thing for the overseas version.
They're getting all the cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Now they do that with what do they call those, Sean? You know what I'm talking about, right? With the adventure pack or something. They add something to it and release it.
Starter packs, like they did with Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, and Super Mario Odyssey. And they get an adventure guide with fucking Breath of the Wild and stuff, like cool stuff that I would have liked. But it's sort of a way to put out a new SKU out there for the game and get people's attention on it, and you can advertise it that it has something else.
They probably will do something like that for Mario Maker, I bet.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I could see that
in a year.
Yeah, eventually they should be packaging with that with like a Switch Mini or something someday. But let me go through some of these super chats before we finish up here. Okay, here we go. Perez says, "Why are you guys happy Xbox giving Game Pass and they're exclusive to PC Switch? They are giving you no reason to buy the Xbox. They are killing the Xbox brand."
That's a 30-minute debate there.
But they're not killing the Xbox brand. The Xbox brand is now a service.
I mean,
they're
yeah,
expanding the
that's
Xbox brand.
Yeah.
Microsoft would make more money by selling Game Pass subscriptions than they would selling hardware.
Well, and Xbox has always existed just to make Microsoft have more brand awareness. Like, Xbox exists just so Microsoft can be bigger. They don't really make money on it anyway, so they're not worried about the Xbox brand.
Two Dumb Cats says, "Hot take, this is Microsoft's year Banjo 1-2 HD remake, Banjo and Smash, and finally a tease at Banjo 3E.
It's a lot of Banjo.
You'll get Banjo and Smash before you get any of those other things. I'll go ahead and
all right, first of all, anyone who wants to play Banjo, I believe it's on Game Pass. So
it is
for just $1. And
it's 3 months.
And it's like, I think it's 60 frames and everything, and it looks fine. So if you want to play Banjo, go play it on there.
Yeah, I can imagine them doing like a Crash Insane Trilogy type facelift to it. I think that would do pretty well.
I would buy that immediately. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That'd be awesome. I would like to see some actual love given to Banjo. Yes. I would like to see Banjo actually get some spotlights.
I
I
do
mean,
think we're
there's
gonna see
some
something.
rumors going around.
I think there's something bigger than just rumors. I do think we're going to see Banjo, whether it's 3, which I'm banking on a full new Banjo rather than a 1 and 2 up-res. But
who would develop this Banjo?
I don't know. I just have a strong feeling something with Banjo's
the
happening.
the initiative. The initiative.
Playground games.
See, the only thing is,
Ooh,
the only thing is, Windows Central said that they don't think there's any Banjo or Conquer coming to the Xbox One that's being talked about this year.
Yeah, I would trust. I mean, Jez Corden is pretty well connected with Microsoft.
They were the ones that did the whole thing on the fucking Xbox SAD. Yeah, so I mean, they know what they're talking about. So that's why I'm on the fence of if Banjo is at E3, he's in Smash Brothers.
He's in Smash Bros. Yeah, I can see.
Well, who does everybody think the DLC fighter is going to be then?
Scott Laws.
Wow. Dude, I'm going to have to send the saddest cease and desist to Nintendo if that happens because they never asked me.
It's going to start, the cease and desist letter starts with G. This is going to be a real toughie for me.
Yeah.
I mean, is that just it? Banjo? Like, do they show Banjo in the direct, or do they show it on Microsoft?
I think you have it at Microsoft.
That would be interesting.
That would be fucking nuts.
Because that would really heighten and really demonstrate the relationship of Nintendo and Microsoft as one. Be like, have Bowser out there with Phil Spencer and be like, we've cooperated and we're bringing Banjo to Smash, and then you lead into more announcements.
I've seen speculation of there's like some cryptic tweet of we're gonna have surprise guests on our stage this year as one of the Xbox.com official.
Yeah, and Sakurai said they were going to do an E3 announcement. They never said where.
Well, and so a lot of people are thinking that Sakurai may walk out on stage as their one more thing and be like, "Oh yeah."
Well, I think the other thing is that people are assuming we're only going to get one character at E3. It seems odd for them.
Well,
just
Sakurai
to
did
one.
say that he's working on the next character and it will be debuted at the Nintendo Direct, and that's all he said.
Yeah, he did say that it's going to be at the next character reveal will be at the Nintendo Direct.
But he also didn't say the next character won't be at the Xbox conference. So who
that's
knows?
true. That's true.
Yeah, it could be a misdirect.
Have a couple.
But I don't think they would announce. Would they announce the character at the Microsoft show before their own show?
Well, yeah, dude. Like what they did with Anthem, where they said, "Hey, we're going to show you the real shit tomorrow." I think they may do that at being like, "Hey, look, you see Banjo? Look how fucking sweet those biceps are." Well, Daddy will be here on Tuesday.
Man, I can't wait for that.
If they do like a double character, if they do have the dual characters, they do have the double character release or announcement. Banjo would be at Microsoft, right? And everyone think, oh, okay, they announced it. Cool, we're going to see more from Nintendo later on. But the Nintendo either starts or finishes their direct with the next character after that. And
Yeah,
that
that's what
I
I'm
think
thinking.
I could almost see like a
big one.
shadow drop of like a Banjo this week.
Oh,
They
That
would
would
need
fucking
to.
break
And then
the
you
internet.
reveal the next character.
They
At
would
the
need
rate
to
on
like
Kingdom
Hearts.
randomly start the Smash trailer for Banjo without like the Smash logo or whatever they do. They can They just need to go directly, and then people would be like, "Oh, it's a new Banjo game," and then he's in Smash Brothers. Like that'd be huge to see
goes
that at
out
the
to his
Microsoft
mailbox
conference.
and he gets the letter.
Yeah.
See, my
Oh.
thing would be like at Microsoft's, they show a trailer for Banjo 3, right? And it's like, oh, Banjo 3. And then at the end, like it looks like it's like a little stinger, after the end of saying Banjo 3. But all of a sudden, he gets an invitation. And then it's like in Smash. And then Sakurai comes on stage and he's like, I got you. It's today, not on the direct. And that'd be dope. I'd be really excited for that.
Let's go through some of these. This is from Perez again. I know it's consumer friendly and profitable for Microsoft, but like we need something to go, hey, you can buy this game anywhere else except you can't buy this game anywhere else except the Xbox.
I don't know. I feel like they just kind of want to. The Xbox hardware is just kind of like an option for them because Microsoft does like they have like their Surface tablets, but that's not the only place you can get Windows. So it's just like I think they just want to offer the Xbox as an option for people who want multi-plats and some Microsoft published games, and then they could get those on PC if they want to.
And there does seem to be a pretty big push for cross-platform play between other things. And at some point, they could just be like, well, this goes to everything, and we don't really need too many just standalone Xbox-only things.
Yeah. I just think it's like an option for them. It's not integral to them at all to like sell a lot of Xbox consoles as long as they sell some of them. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they can still, as we're seeing with certain games, with Game Pass, like Game Pass on PC is a shell of what we see on the Xbox. So even if Game Pass comes to like Switch and stuff like that, it doesn't mean you're going to get Halo Infinite day one on like the Switch's version of a Game Pass. You could still only have that on the Xbox to push hardware sales.
Right. Yeah.
So they still have tools in their bag that they can use to sell their systems.
Exactly.
And of course, consoles just have like simplicity to it. So, Rikiki 2 says Pokemon Luigi's Mansion were the only two games Nintendo offered to cut the lines at E3. You think those games will be their theme this year? I just think they know Pokemon's gonna be kind of popular to check out.
That'd be a weird mishmash of a theme to have like half of their show floor to be Pokemon themed and then half to be Luigi's Mansion.
They could have fun with Luigi's Mansion too.
Yeah, I'd love a cute little haunted house.
I was gonna say,
just
have Luigi hunting ghost Pokemon, and bam, two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I would like. They could have a lot of fun with that. Like dress it up like a haunted house. You're right.
Luigi confirmed for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Art Attack says, "Hey Scott, Ohio love."
What was that?
He said, "Hey Scott, Ohio love."
Hey, thank you, Ohio. It's where I live. It's great, right?
Okay, cool. Got
the
some
best
mild
state.
in there. Good stuff. Okay.
It's debatable.
It's debatable. Rishi 97 says, "I'm excited for the release of Cadence of Hyrule. That is coming soon, right? You think that's a shadow drop?"
Oh,
Yeah, that's shadow
boom.
drop.
That'll get dated in the direct. It'll be very soon after.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. Yeah. That Dutch fellow says, "Thanks, One Way, for keeping us up to date." Question: if Nintendo should make a new IP on your advice, what would it be? The other guys can also take a guess. You guys are allowed to take a guess too.
A new IP?
A new IP.
Let me think.
Legs.
Oh, yes. Now we're talking diversity.
What would you do
my
in
dream
that
new
game?
IP? My dream new IP is like Astral Chain. So it's
Oh my god!
I'm getting my dream IP. from
Relax,
Nintendo.
Jordan.
If I hear you say Astral Chain one more time, in
What
my
is
life-
your problem, man?
All you do is talk about Astral Chain.
Because it's a cool looking game.
Yeah, but that's all you talk about.
I
Jeez.
talk about
I would
Smash
never
Bros.
spend a
game.
whole year on YouTube talking about one game.
I talk about Smash Brothers quite a bit. Yes, I do.
I would like to see. Let's see them take another shot at like a first person shooter outside of Metroid Prime.
Geist 2, baby.
That was
Well,
actually
I
in my
mean-
predictions list. Geist
Oh.
2.
Dude, I fucking love Geist. I don't care what anyone says. It was
I-
genius.
I said Geist 2 is announced in the same way Metroid Prime 4 was. Fans pretend to freak out in reaction videos even though most didn't know Geist 1 existed.
See, I feel like I have some Geist clout because I've talked about Geist on the channel before. So I think I would be okay, but I would definitely call out everyone else. Be like, where the fuck were you back in the day when Geist spawned and nobody cared about it?
Oh,
well, the developer,
I can freak out. Don't worry.
the developer of Geist 1 doesn't exist anymore. So I don't really see Nintendo going to like find somebody to make Geist 2.
If they were smart, they would.
Yeah.
or they go to Platinum Games to make Astral Chain.
Oh my god, I'm done. Thanks for having me on the cast. It's been good.
Jonathan Perry says YouTube gave me free money, so here you go. Also, Pro for RGT. I gave him an idea what he can do with the Pro Controller. So
yeah, now I like it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there is that Godzilla game that's gonna be here at E3 somewhere. What I heard about. Someone just reminded me in the chat.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know about that.
There's a 2D Godzilla game with a bunch of classic monsters. I'm pretty hyped about that.
It might be at E3. I wouldn't say it's a definite.
Is that the one from? Is that the one by Arxis that people kept talking about?
No, that's a different game, I think.
Oh, wait, there's 2 rumored Godzilla games?
Yes, there's an Arxis.
There's 2.
One. There's a fighting game that people were throwing around. I'm like, I don't know.
I heard the fighting game.
Okay, cool. Godzilla games, sweet.
Yes.
Justin Grimes, no message. Thanks, Justin Grimes. Fish fan says RGT 85 is the best rant ever.
Thank you.
I don't know which of your 4 rants he's talking about.
I did a lot tonight.
You did. And then he says pro for RGT. So the hashtag's working because I think he's gonna get one now. PS Candy Crush Saga sucks eggs.
Not wrong.
Well, that's a bold statement.
still Jesse, no message. Still Jesse. Agrius 414. And then Philip Patterson says, someone who has primarily Nintendo Stadia sounds awesome. I'll have a way to play third-party games without the huge $400 upfront commitment.
And that's a valid point.
But what if xCloud's on the Switch?
That's another valid point. I say don't cast all your eggs into the one basket.
Would you say that's true?
How is it a $400 commitment? Xbox One, you can get one of them Xbox Ones for like $170.
The sad's only $250. We're making our.
I mean, it's not a $400 commitment though. You can get an Xbox One and get all the third-party games for much cheaper than that. Okay.
Hey man, that PlayStation 4 on Black Friday with Spider-Man was like what, $200?
$199.
Dude, that's a steal right there, man.
Yeah, $199. I mean, I don't think it's as big of a commitment as people are trying to make it out to be. But that's
Ross the Ball says Sean's stories are the most video game stories.
You're not wrong.
Then JT Blue says this podcast has turned into the life and times of Sean Long.
You're not wrong.
Rotten Tanuki says, hey RGT, I can draw you as a day one Patch Kids.
Go for it.
What?
I don't know. Draw me like one of your French whores.
Well, I don't know if that's how that goes. Whoa.
It's close.
Is that not it?
It's drawing your French girls, but
okay, sorry.
Yeah. You had to do a little Sean twist to it.
Oh man. Mitchell Miller, no message. Thanks, Mitchell. Joe says, everyone, what game would you sell sell your soul to see?
Geist 2.
If I sell my soul, then I won't be able to enjoy it.
I would like a full Final Fantasy remake of Final Fantasy VIII. Like, totally blow it out, give us full voice acting, do everything, give us gun blades, do it.
Mega Man X9. Let's just stick with that.
Chrono
Actually,
Trigger.
no, I have to say Metroid Prime Trilogy.
New Chrono Trigger, something in the Chrono franchise.
Like all my wants have kind of just seemingly come true recently, so I'm kind of good. I don't need to sell my soul.
Okay.
Pikmin 5.
Oh, skipping 4.
Skipping gonna get 4.
I mean, it's
Gonna
not
go to
coming
5.
out. Yeah.
Pikmin 4. That one's locked away with Miyamoto. It's never coming back.
I thought that game was done, right?
Oh, that game's
We
Miyamoto
canceled
kept it.
Pikmin 4, so here's Pikmin 5. So.
Miyamoto ain't giving that one up.
Tristan Ogawa, no message. Thank you. Grenard Clark says, any thoughts on the Destroy All Humans remake? I am excited for it. I think it'll be cool, but it's not out until 2020, so some time behind that. But I like playing that on the original Xbox. Yeah, the original Xbox where I played.
That's really interesting that THQ Nordic is doing like full-fledged remakes and they're not just porting stuff. You know, like I was just expecting them to port these games.
Yeah, because they
so
did that with Sphinx. They just moved it over. Like it was,
Yeah.
and it's like they're doing remakes. Oh,
Dude,
all right.
Can you imagine if they just remade Sphinx instead?
That would have been awesome. I mean,
That'd been
Sphinx,
really cool.
Sphinx is a good game. Who
That's
here
still
didn't like
great.
Sphinx? Wait, hold on. Who said that?
Hey,
I don't.
Nate, you're wrong.
this.
So are you, Max?
It's an okay game. Come on. It was an okay game for the PS2 GameCube era.
I mean, if you want to feel that way, you're allowed to.
Yeah. Okay. Scott, did you play Sphinx?
No. Yeah.
Well,
I'm one of those guys.
There's still time.
I own a Mac. And I haven't played Sphinx.
It's on his resume.
Yeah.
There's still time.
I'm sorry. I have this old Nintendo Power open on my floor. I just realized they're advertising a game called NBA 2. Making a sequel to NBA. Yeah, look at that. NBA 2.
Finally.
I think that ended up being NBA All-Star Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Game Boy.
Dude, some of those Nintendo Powers are so weird to look through now.
Yeah.
My God.
I own the one that had like the only screenshots of Final Fantasy 2.
Square will give you Parasite Eve remake. That's from Sokar.
Fucking wish.
Parasite Eve got a trademark, by the way. A new trademark.
I would rather have a remake of the first than a new Parasite Eve.
I would say would that get you kind of excited, Sean, if they had Parasite Eve remade?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Parasite Eve is an amazing game, but it's definitely a very dated game.
Yeah, but would it have the shower scene?
Honestly, my favorite scene is the intro scene when like the people are just like spontaneously combusting and burning on fire because of the mitochondria. Like that was
crazy back then.
Shit,
Yeah,
like this is awesome.
And a lady playing the piano and turning into a giant monster. Like,
yeah,
the first 30 minutes of that game is perfect.
Yes, it really is.
Cam says towards the Pro Controller. Everyone wants to get a Pro Controller, Sean.
I'll get one.
Witchbone says Beetle Adventure Racing deserves a remaster.
Yeah,
I like that game a lot. That game was awesome on the 64.
I want online multiplayer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Nicholas, no message. Thanks, Nicholas. Agrius says, "Are you guys going to support EA and buy Fallen Order, no matter how good it is? I think it's time gamers tank these companies trying to steal our cash." I will get Fallen Order, but I'm probably not going to buy Madden or FIFA or anything else. I guess
that's the only game again for the rest of the year.
From EA. I don't know what else they would have unless they're. I don't know. I don't know what else they would have.
So really, this year all EA showed was Fallen Order, FIFA, and Madden.
Some Sims DLC. Yeah.
So do you think they just didn't do a press conference because they literally barely had anything? Do you think they're going to do one next year?
Oh my gosh! If they do it next year,
they decided not to announce quite a bit of things on purpose. So that's probably why they didn't. They said, you know what? We don't need to pay for the space. We'll just do it outside.
People just don't want to go to E3 anymore. Jeez.
Anthem 2.
Oh my god.
I can't wait.
It may. I mean, we'll see next year because if they show up next year, because next year we'll be going into the next generation systems, and yeah, maybe they want to put everything in front of everybody to be like, hey, we'll be there at the holiday when you buy your PS5. So, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Michael Gibson says, "My bad, gamer, for hating anything Microsoft."
No. You're just an opinionated one.
Your opinion, man. If you don't like it, you don't like. You don't gotta go hate on it though. Like if you're on the internet, like if you're not worried about something, then don't worry about it. Like don't go troll other people, that like that or whatever.
There you go. Don't ruin others' fun.
Yeah, just be what you're into.
Our state laughs at that. Hayden says, "Donkey on the podcast for the NAC 3 reveal." Just the Hair says, "Nate, please be safe. Don't podcast and drive."
I made it home.
Okay.
For now.
Miguel says, "Metroid Prime Trilogy remastered with VR support."
I would throw up.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not playing it, just hearing about it.
You haven't tried VR yet, have you, Scott?
No, my Toy-Con VR is just kind of sitting on a love seat in my living room for about a month.
Okay, I didn't know if you were. I don't know if that was going to turn it. I didn't want to bring that. I don't know if it was turn into a video or something at some point. But
nah. It's just like I don't know. I'll put it together on like a rainy day. All the VR support just isn't interesting to me. They're all just like little demos in games, and I'm just like I can just watch like somebody play or like talk about the VR on a YouTube video, and I'm like, all right, like. That's all I need to know about it. It's just like the Smash Brothers stuff is kind of cool, but it's just like only for like 10 minutes and then you're done. So it's just like,
Kurt Riffy says, what do you guys think about the rumors for Banjo for Smash? I think we covered that pretty well there. Sean says, just a few bucks, show my support. You guys are awesome and happy E3. Thanks for the coverage. It's gonna be fun. Dashy says, OMG the Waz. He put a space between the exclamation points and used 2 of them. So I think he's pretty excited for you, Scott.
That actually multiplies the power.
Very cool.
Man, thank you.
Thoughts on the Sakon 10 says thoughts on Switch. Oh, Switch Shield. Oh, the legendary the legendary dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the sword one better than the shield one. But I don't like that they're so similar. I want more. They don't feel like legendaries to me. They really feel like they could have been like the pseudo legendaries and not the cover art.
That box art reeks, dude.
That box art is so bad.
It's just like
awful. I could have made that.
Yeah.
Are you talking about
it just zoomed in.
It doesn't look like a regular like how Nintendo or how the Pokemon Company draws their Pokemon. It looks like a very rough early sketch thrown on a plain white background with a couple stripes of color. Like, oh look, there's blue for sword and it's pinkish red for shield. We did it. Slap it on. $60.
Pokemon Company has not had a good track record with their box arts on Switch because the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was literally on that Windows XP background.
Yep.
And that was it. Yep. And then like the Pokken Tournament one was just this like mishmash. It's literally like this
like
egg of Pokemon.
poster.
Yeah. And then like Pikachu just like kicking in the air. And that was it. And it was just like, God, what is going on over there?
Pikachu Libre.
It's what happens when you just don't give a fuck. You're like, these will sell. Who cares?
Yeah, but it's just like
I really hope they change it.
It's so ugly. It's just like it looks temporary, but I think it's like final.
Temporary, man. I really hope. I miss the day like the Game Boy ones, like the boxes like colorful and sparkly, and they had like cool looks to them, and they slowly just like after the DS ones, like it lost all the sparkles. They stopped saying, we don't need to put as much effort anymore. And then they just started taking colors out. The black and white ones are just like, oh, here's the PNG backgrounds and stuff. And then like, who cares? Like they don't even care anymore. That's sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Switch one is weird just because the box art dimensions it's very tall and skinny. So it's just like they just zoom in the Pokemon and they just like put the Pokemon logo off-centered,
dude,
at
it's
the bottom.
So bad.
And it's just what is going on over there?
It's because the bottom of the S shoots out so far.
Yeah,
you couldn't have put that like somewhere else. Like I don't care if you switch it up, put Pokemon at the top and the Pokemon lower on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like my OCD is killing me. The fact that it's slightly adjusted over. I really hope it's temporary because it is ugly.
I'll go through a few more of these, and then we'll be finished up here.
Sean doesn't like Pokemon, so he left.
We're going a little long for him, I will say that. So we'll go through some of these so people can get on with their night. Viarl says, is this the year for Seasons of Heaven? I forgot about that game. Wow.
That game's vaporware.
That was one.
That
was okay. So if you don't remember this, that was like the first game actually announced for the Switch, and they showed like screenshots. They showed a trailer just to like get the
game.
hype going.
I don't think that game ever actually existed because the developer leaked the screenshots and trailer to journalists and leakers because they wanted publicity about the game. It never had a Switch dev kit or anything.
Yeah, was that just announced when NX they were just like the NX? Yeah, I remember that.
They just wanted attention, and 3 years later, now, the game doesn't exist.
Rax says, Jordan, put on the Ant-Man helmet.
No. I don't. It's just too much work.
We'll see. Rax will actually be at too many games with us. So.
Yeah.
See him there. Wagner said, you guys are also keep up the good work and leaks. Got it. Jiggy Fly says the RGT 85 glory all booth and men's room at E3.
Here's the thing, evidently.
What are you eating?
Oreo ice cream. What?
Are the pizza rolls in it? Like just mixing it all together?
You're eating it out of the like a pregnant.
He's a bachelor, man.
Yeah, who else is gonna eat
that? You get a bowl
right out of the dish. He eats it right out of the box. He eats pizzas.
I was gonna say that's the most surprising. Not the part where he just had an entire pizza and just picked the whole thing up.
That was funny too. I was like, what? You need a pizza cutter. I was the same. I was like, what the hell?
That was great. Oh, that was awesome. Man, Sean's got the life over there.
It ain't bad.
Big Ben, no message. Thanks, Big Ben. Matthew Campos, how much is Nate's opinion based on any inside info?
We'll just say 50%.
50%. There we go, Matthew. We got an exact number. All right.
50% seems that way. You don't know what I'm actually implying from inside information and what's not.
Oh,
yeah. That was also motivated by inside information.
All right. But also keep in mind, Nate's not really excited for anything. Nate, is there ever a game announcement that would happen that would really make you get excited?
There are games I get excited about. The problem is that I've been involved in this industry for too long that I'm just blinded. I see the announcement and I don't buy into all the spectacle around it. Okay. I look at the game and say, okay, well, that was a cool trailer, but what you showed us was nothing. I'm not going to get hyped just out of... I can't do blind hype anymore.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Like, I can't be like kind of funny and be like, oh my God, Shenmue 3! And, but it's a Kickstarter project. Instead of losing my mind, it's be like, no, it's crowdfunding. So let's not dance and do jumping jacks for 15 minutes on a stream and lose our goddamn minds because they announced Shenmue 3 and sit there and say, wait a minute.
I can't believe
they actually announced nothing.
I can't believe you're just shitting on my dreams while I sit here, bro.
I want Shenmue 3. I hope the game is good, but the initial announcement it was bullshit.
Let's be honest,
guys.
Shenmue 3 is screwed. Releasing in November, it's gonna sell so bad, and you're never gonna get a Shenmue 4. And that's someone who's a Shenmue fan saying that.
There's some speculation in the Shenmue community. Some people are afraid right now because it looks like PlayStation's no longer doing advertising for it, which some people are sort of jumping to the conclusion that maybe they saw the build of the game as it is right now, and apparently it's like maybe it's really bad, and PlayStation was like, all right, we're not going to spend millions of dollars advertising this anymore. You just advertise it Deep Silver. So Deep Silver maybe made them delay it to make sure it's more polished. So some people are a little bit worried.
I know, but now it's going to come out against Death Stranding, Pokemon, Stadia,
screwed.
Star Wars.
One of those things where it's just like, why would you have to do like millions of dollars worth of advertising on Shenmue 3? Because you're not really gonna appeal to like people who didn't play Shenmue 1 and 2.
Well, the problem is there isn't that big of an audience.
Yeah.
Shenmue 1 and 2.
So it's just like
audience.
Shenmue 3 is for Shenmue fans.
Yeah,
so
and
like why spend millions of dollars on advertising for that?
Yeah, and it's gonna be they're gonna sell their million copies. And it's going to be cool. The Shenmue fans got the end to the trilogy that they wanted, but it's not going to bring in new interest because the HD collection didn't really sell that well.
It charted for a while, but yeah, I'm sure it didn't sell crazy numbers.
But now it's uncharted.
Rough, but
it was also a budget too.
Ziljan says, for Scott, this comes from Michigan, Ohio sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a big rivalry between. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know all about it, Scott.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like the big Michigan and Ohio football craze. Like, every single year we got Ohio State versus Michigan, and every single year Michigan loses, and Ohio State fans go effing nuts with it. They're just like, yeah.
I've got to say, I've been to an Ohio State Michigan game, and damn, it is great. That's the one thing I will say about Ohio State versus Michigan. It is awesome when I was recruiting there, so it was great. I like my experience.
Like, I just always look at that. It's just like when Michigan loses and Ohio State fans go crazy. I'm just like, were you expecting them to win? like I don't keep up with football, but I'm just like they're not gonna win, dude.
Michigan gets their ass beat a lot.
Yeah, why are you freaking out about this? Like, were you really not expecting? Like, it's just like I don't get it. As an Ohioan myself, I don't get it. But Ohio's pretty cool. They got like a Burger King down the street. Pretty cool.
They just put it on a Sonic around here, so we're moving up in the world.
Dude, Sonic is like the best garbage fast food place. Like it is terrible.
I remember
they
opened Sonic around me. They had a line to the drive-thru that was like 3 hours long. And I couldn't believe people sat there for 3 hours like, I can't wait to get my Sonic shake. Get your ass up and walk into the store.
Their ice cream is pretty okay. But everything else is just like All right, why would I buy a breakfast burrito from Sonic? Like, it's
Listen,
just,
you
like, that's
go
the
there,
worst idea ever.
You park in a spot, some
Yeah.
person in some really bright blue, red, and yellow outfit, overall get up on rollerblades, come skating out with your food. It's entertaining, at least.
Did you know that Sonic was my first job and I was the ice cream and drink man?
You were the ice cream man?
I was gonna ask if you were the rollerblade dude.
No. I made,
In the short shorts and everything.
Oh,
I remember
nice.
the best time was when this girl was on a date and I didn't like this girl, and I could see her throughout the window, and she ordered a cherry limeade with extra cherries. And so what I did was I took all the cherries and I bit them, and I just put a bunch of stems around it, and I put like 2 actual cherries in there, and just watching her face as she got the drink and was like so excited, and she opened it and there was just 2 cherries. It made me laugh so hard.
So the health inspection probably not having anything.
Oh, dude, that place was so. Dude, the fucking manager was selling pills like fucking Xanax and Birds out of the store.
Yeah, so Sean was the guy spitting in
So
sandwiches.
that's what you were doing instead of playing Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Yes.
Yo,
oh my God.
Sonic. So we got a new Sonic here like 2 years ago, right? And my Sonic got in trouble because the manager there was selling weed to people. He put it in the bags as they're ordering. Dude, is Sonic just a drug ring? Is it a front?
Well, I mean, you don't walk into the restaurant, so I assume that's where the best cocaine deals go down. Like, honestly,
we're in the wrong business.
I worked at Waffle House. I worked at Waffle House for a long time. Every meth was on, or every cook was on meth. Every meth was on.
Man, y'all here like breaking that. I was like, hey, when I was working, we actually worked. Like, I mean, we worked, but like I worked at McDonald's. I actually flipped burgers and everything.
I worked
was
at
all right.
Subway.
Like,
For how much Sean remembers of it, he worked.
I was a sandwich artist. Damn it!
y'all crazy over here. I'm just like, I just worked.
Steven says that I already missed Banjo talk. Yeah, we talked actually quite a bit about Banjo. So
yeah,
True Banjo, Sonic Drive-In, dude. I love talking about Sonic.
Sonic Drive-In for Smash. Fuck it.
Dude, I can't wait for Sonic Drive-In. Dude, Sonic Drive-In's booth at E3 is going to be insane. Oh my God.
Then Melvin says, Sean, you're on a roll tonight.
Thank you.
And he said, chill.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you say thank you before I said that to you. KR Decade says, are there really loot boxes in FIFA? How? Yeah, the Ultimate Team.
Yeah, the card pack, right?
Yeah, it's been there forever. Yeah.
It's been there for a while now. What are you talking how?
You have to roll for your players basically, and there's like rarities on different players and it's a whole thing.
Should be in the new one. They just won't release it in the countries that banned it.
Yes.
Whatever.
Avedon actually said too many games hype. Yeah, too many games gonna be fun. If you're in the area, come on out. We're gonna have some fun. I know I'm going, Jordan's going, Sean's going, right, Sean?
Probably.
Sean,
better. We need that karaoke.
Sean's going, and Scott's going. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna
apparently. I mean, I don't know.
we're gonna have some fun. It'll be fun.
Might just happen to be there.
Yeah, no, well.
Yeah, we'll have some fun there. Too many games is fun every year.
It should be interesting. It's my first con, so I have no idea what's gonna happen there.
You'll be fine. It'll be all right. We'll buy some games and watch Sean attempt to do karaoke.
I'm pretty good.
No, you are. I gotta admit, you had that room. Yeah, room jumping, Sean. I gotta give you that.
Yeah, he had that room jump.
What were you singing again?
I think it was something like die. It was like that.
Just jumping.
Die, my darling. But I did the Metallica cover instead of the original Misfits one because the Metallica version's a little bit faster.
Was it last year or the year before? Was it when you performed with Rebel? Rebel.
That was last year, and then I did Bite It You Scum during their.
Dude, that was awesome. That was fun
during their concert.
Yeah, I don't really do the karaoke, but it is fun to watch Sean do karaoke. So there you go. Then a few others. Creep says the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
You're not wrong.
Oh yeah, it is.
I actually talked about that topic tonight for some weird reason while on a date.
On your date?
Yeah, she had a bunch of like microbiology.
She had a bunch of mitochondria.
And she was like,
I had to let her know.
Yeah, she's like, look at mitochondria. I was like, okay.
So that's why the date ended early. That's all right.
No, that was literally the opening.
There's a Virtual Dream says there's a Parasite Eve novel.
Yep, and a movie. I own them both.
David Valdez says supporting the SpawnCast. I just joined late. Can't believe you guys are still on. Yeah, you get all these people together. It's like
it's the pre.
We're having fun. It's entertaining, man. People are having fun.
Dude, I can talk about Sonic Drive-In for like 2 more hours. Honestly, I can go on about that place.
So the main cook was this lumpy Indian guy, and nobody knew his real name. Everyone just called him Big Pun. And one night, like I was out back smoking a cigarette, and he got off work, and he was like, Sean. I was like, what's up, man? He's like, come here, man. And I went over there, and he pulled out this little pink lunchbox that was like a My Little Pony lunchbox, and he opened it up, and inside was like a Glock and all these rounds and shit. He was like, don't fuck with me, man. I was like, all right, Pun, I won't fuck with you. It was the most random thing in the world.
Were you messing with him before?
No,
what did you do? Did you eat his cherries and give him stems?
No, he was cool. He was the cook.
It doesn't seem that pretty cool if he's threatening you.
I don't know.
No,
He pulls you over and be like, hey, come here. You mess with me, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, he was just letting me know.
I grew up like a choir boy. I grew up like a choir boy compared to you guys, man.
Oh, yeah. What was the Sonic found in? Like the ghetto?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
I have stories like that, but they're all horrible and depressing. So I don't know what to tell about that.
Oh man,
my God, my when I was a teenager, my job wasn't that. I worked at a delicatessen. I mean, the worst thing I did was like cut half my hand off in the meat slicer and almost die eating cinnamon.
Hey, wait, Nate, wait a second. What happened to the new picture you put on your profile last week?
I was actually going to put a new one this week, but because I was out, I didn't have time to do it. It's a new Snapchat thing where I look like I'm possessed by the devil and my face is all slanted and it looks pretty demonic. But since, I was out, I didn't have a chance to update the picture.
Okay. Sounds very brand friendly. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be my thing. Like, on the ESPN show, the guy always has the chalkboard behind him with a new phrase. I think every week I'm gonna have a new Snapchat filter picture.
Okay. We also used to install stereo systems in the back of Sonic. Me and my buddy Hank, we because whenever people would get like subs or like new head units for their car, we knew how to do it, and so we would have people come out there and just leave their cars in the back, and whenever we would go on break, we would work on their cars and make money. It was fun.
Was your Sonic like a thing in like Grand Theft Auto where people just park the cars, you paint jobs?
It was Grand Theft Auto. It was that seems to me like Grand Theft Auto.
It was legit, dude.
My mom would not want me on this podcast right now. I'll tell you guys that right now. She'd be like, nah, get yourself off this Bad Boys podcast.
Demetrio Ramirez, no message, thanks. Warm Rotisserie says, who hurt you, Nate? And then he said new custom robo from Nintendo with a question mark.
I mean, physically, I was hurt tonight by biting and scratching from the date. But...
Oh, God damn, Nate.
I mean, it is almost midnight. You could say things like that.
Oh, yeah. God, what?
I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's not being hurt. I mean, it's a good type of pain.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 okays are all right, my John. That's awesome.
Right. The best part about this is the most viewed SpawnCast ever.
There you go.
Yeah, we got Sean's ghetto job as a teenager, my apparent sex life.
I'm about to vomit from motion sickness from staring at the screen for 3 hours. So we're about to have 4,000 people watch me puke. So we're going to get even more views because of that.
We're at 1K likes. Like this is a big.
This is breaking records tonight.
This is the night.
Shout out to Sonic Drive-Thru.
Yeah, we get that sponsor for next week's.
Yeah.
Them and Game Pass, the merger we all wanted.
It's about time Game Pass sponsors us.
It's just $1.
Just $1.
Demetrio Ramirez, Halo Infinite thoughts. I think it's gonna be awesome. I have to see more about it, but they're using a new engine. I think split screen's coming back, and I think it's supposed to be a soft reboot, which is a weird thing to hear, but I think it's gonna be really good. But full gameplay tomorrow, and I think they're gonna do a bit more on the floors or on like their the Xbox experience thing they're doing there, the floor. So I'll see all the gameplay and stuff that comes out, but I think that's next gen launch, so I don't think that's coming out till holiday 2020. So we got a while, but I like me some Halo. I play Halo like probably a couple times a week.
I just want Halo Reach to come out already.
That should be out. Actually, you know what? I got an email. I think I'm going to be testing that soonish. So
can't wait.
Nate, sounds like how I feel about stuff like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Anyway, I enjoyed the SpawnCast. RGT and Scott were hilarious today. Peace,
See,
guys.
I am the voice of the people. They don't voice their opinions out loud, so I have to do it for them.
Thanks, Vaughn.
Someone called you Nate the Hate. I kind of like that, and I think we should roll.
That's going to be a shirt. I'm going to sell that. Nate
That's your wrestler name.
That's your wrestler name. Then Dark Type says, Scott, I know you made a video about most wanted sequels, but if you could have a realistic remake or sequel at E3 this year, what would you want?
Yoshi's Crafted World. That'd be amazing to see again. It's been 3 long months since we've seen that game last. I'd love to play that game again. I played that game for like 5 hours, and I was like, that was good.
Isn't that game only? The game's not even, I thought the game was like 6 or 7. Like, it's not a long game.
Yeah,
right?
I'm almost there.
I was gonna say,
I haven't picked it up in about a month, but you know, I was just like, you know what? I played about as much as I really need to. And I might beat it someday, but
you're not missing much.
Most wanted remake. Oh man, I don't know, man. I mean, Mario Sunshine probably, just because I think that game deserves.
Why does this game come back to haunt me every week?
I think well, he was saying, Nate, if it comes back and they fix some of the stuff in the game,
then just make a good Mario.
Ross the Boss, last one, says best SpawnCast ever. You should do a SpawnCast Stories edition.
Ross
I think
the
that's
Boss
like
versus Nate the Hate.
SpawnCast Stories, where we just talk about Sonic Drive-Thru. There you go. And then why does Nate look like Tom from MySpace?
Who says I'm not Tom from MySpace and I have $200 million?
Because you're on this podcast. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know I have $200 million because I'm on this podcast. I have nothing else to do.
Okay. There, yeah, you know what? I can't argue that.
You should get that one dude from Minecraft dude then next. He got nothing to do. He'd be talking a lot. Notch or whatever.
No, we don't need Notch.
Yeah, he's kind of psycho. Never mind.
Yeah, I think that's everything though. Everyone's channels are in the description, so you guys got to check everybody out. Okay, check everyone out. We're gonna go through here though. Scott, where can they find you, and what do you got? Got anything planned that you want to let anyone know about?
God no.
I like to keep it kind of surprising, right? Kind of like
cool. I mean, after this, I'm gonna finish up a little editing sesh, so that's all I'll say on that matter. But I'm on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and my YouTube is just Scott the Waz. So that's about it.
And then Sean, what about you, man?
You can find me on RGT85 making 4 videos that have burps, or you can go to your local Sonic and see a 16-year-old slanging drugs and think of me.
That's good branding.
And then OJ, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube, just Player Essence. Also on Twitter at Player Essence. Got a lot of E3 coverage. I'm going to be streaming every single show. We usually start pretty early. I stream all day. I streamed 8 hours today. It was awesome. Not really, but but yeah, check out the channel. I got some cool stuff coming up for E3. A lot of cool stuff on Nintendo and RPGs and Japanese gaming. I do all that stuff. So yeah, check out the channel. We got a lot.
Final Fantasy Tactics for the Switch. What do you think? Songs Suddenly to Dragon. I think they need to do that because it would be amazing, but it's Square, so they probably won't, and they'll probably spite me with it. Ed Diaz. Nate looks great today. Did he get a haircut?
No, my hair is actually incredibly long.
Okay. And then Nate, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at DirectFeedGames. There's a link to my YouTube channel there where you will find direct feed footage of games and the occasional discussion video. Actually, I have one up now where I say Nintendo's E3 will be a disappointment. And I know now that's going to spawn a bunch of chat people saying shut up. But
do you want to drop that in the chat?
No.
Throw it to the dogs.
I already threw it to the dogs. I recorded it while walking a dog.
What about Jordan?
You can find me. I have a joint channel I'm working on with Tyler called Games versus Food.
Go to Sonic.
Got hey, we're waiting for a Sonic, another Sonic game or opportunity. So it's called Games versus Food. It's kind of like a comedy video where we compare video games and food and see which one's better. We also have a movie spin-off channel that just started, but it's secret. And if you find it, you can sub. But if you can't, I'm not telling you where to look yet.
CNET rated their food one pretty highly, I hear.
They said something about our game one. Hey, free publicity.
Who are we rating tonight? Do we have? I see Rax has someone there.
Yeah, Rax put someone in there.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and raid. I think that's Sparks.
Why is Nate the Hate trending?
I like it.
What? Oh, Nate the Hate, nice. And then Ricky, it'll stay up. It said miss the live. It'll happy E3 guys. Thanks. It'll stay up though. We'll have it up for you guys. And then Max, where can they find you, man?
YouTube.com/Dreamcast guy. I'm going to be doing all sorts of like recaps of all the different press conferences. Apologies for being a little bit quieter this episode, but I am extremely sick right now. I probably should not have done this show at all, and I'm honestly about to die.
Okay, you can jump. You can
Nice.
You can.
Man, people say I'm dark.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. My motion sickness. Something about screens, man.
You can jump off, Max.
I am going to jump off at some point. Scott, I want to have you on. I'm going to start doing a podcast, I think, but let me think about that later. I'm just going to.
Okay.
Well, no, he actually died. All right. Well,
Wow.
Beat the beat. That's all, folks.
Just like the way of the Dreamcast. Am I right?
Nate the Mate. That's a good one.
And then what about Evan?
Just find me on Twitter. Chemrix Project. I'm gonna do anything. That's where I'll talk about it. So you can follow there.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's everything. That was episode 114, right, Evan?
Yep.
Episode 114. Next time we'll have our podcast. Actually, all of E3 will be behind us, and we can look back on E3 and see what happened. So it'll be pretty fun then too.
How disappointing the Nintendo thing will be.
Apparently. So we'll see you guys next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. See you guys then.